Hello, I'm Danny DeHeck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. Some days you shouldn't come to work, and this is one of those days I should have stayed at home. This is my fourth attempt to do a live stream, and here I was looking at a video that Rory Conacher did, and he was having problems. And when I first did the stream, I criticized him, but then I started having problems of my own. But anyway, my fourth attempt, I'm pretty sure I've got all the things back how they were until something terribly went wrong. So I thank the people who are watching me do this live stream. I'm a 53-year-old middle-aged man, and I'm trying to be a YouTuber exposing everyone who's running a Ponzi scheme or a scam. So I struggle with technology every now and again. But this video, I want to show you this legend here. This is Rory Conacher, and this video was actually done on the 26th of July. And I just want to give you an introduction to Rory and what he was doing back on the 26th of July. The throat. So let's have a listen to the opportunity that was available. Rory was telling everyone not to miss out.
Hi everybody, so just if you missed it, for 24 hours only, 50% off package 1, package 2, package 3, package 4. Start package 1, 2, 3, 4. 50% off starting an hour ago. You got 23 hours left. What's taking place right now, there's an urgent strategy call for those people that actually want to grow their business. Tammy has just sent a message. It's happening right.
There's Tammy. She used to be in HyperVerse every meeting. So I'm pretty sure you get the idea. Now, Rory, that's just about 5 or 6 weeks ago, Rory was pushing these opportunities down the throat. Well, he's done a complete turnaround now because he's doing he wants to do a class action lawsuit against Sam Lee or the people who ran HyperVerse. And he wants to get 10,000 people together and gather $15 of each person. Now, a lot of things don't add up here, and when I watched this video, I thought, give it up, Rory. Why are you doing this? The claims that he's made in this video that he just did about 16 hours ago are breathtaking, and they're not true. It's made up hogwash. This is just not the way to do it, and this is the same strategies these guys use when they go about building their community. I believe this whole video is about Rory saving his own ass, so people who he's pushed into these Ponzi schemes that are coming after him, he can say, I'm in the same boat. Well, you're in the Titanic, mate, and you're going to go down because the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger is after you. You've criticized my videos of me doing videos about you, and you said that I didn't even give you the opportunity to speak. I've reached out to you multiple times, and you have not come back to me at any which way or form saying you want to have a meeting to me. You're full of shit, mate. And I'm going to expose you because you are just trying to build a community to line your own pockets. You have stolen thousands of dollars from your community, and now you're trying to claim that you are some hero that can do a class action lawsuit as long as your community pays you $15 each. So let's get stuck into Rory, who cares what his name is? It's not important. And let's hopefully, if you want to add stuff to this, remember, I'm Danny DeHeck. This is my website. You can go to my website, deheck.com. You can go to my Contact Us page, and you can provide me information about anyone that has scammed you in the past. It will be anonymous. I just want to know who your sponsor is because I'm building a massive jigsaw puzzle of all these people that have scammed people in the past. And I have a database on Rory Conacher going back 4 years when he was involved in Karatbars. And yes, Karatbars, the gold-backed currency. He's got arms around all those sort of people. And one shocking thing while I'm on my rant, he claims that he doesn't know whether Sam Lee's a criminal or not. You know, what is this? He doesn't know whether Gareth is a criminal or not. Why don't you have a backbone and put your stick in the mud and say that Sam Lee is a criminal? This was on ABC News in Australia, broadcasted nationwide. This article was about how Sam Lee's company had lost $50 million owed to investors. And if you go down here enough, you can see all the people, all the tracking of all the crypto, the liquidators. This guy lost $100,000. More lawyers. They even bring FTX into it about his crypto exchange. And here's a video of Sam Lee that I provided ABC News in Australia. And look, even I'm in this article. This was broadcasted national TV in Australia. So what I want to do before I get started, listen to this. This is the man that Rory is claiming he doesn't know whether is guilty or not. Read the article and then listen to this.
And to lead them down the next scam or create opportunities where I make 2% of deposits, right, where it goes into something real.
Oh, my God. Did you hear him? Oh, I just can't believe it. So here's Rory sitting on the fence claiming that he's not sure whether Sam or Garrett are guilty of promoting Ponzi schemes or scams, and all he's doing is trying to collect $15 of everyone. This guy disgusts me, and he needs to be named and shamed as well. So let's listen to him try to figure out his audio gear. How hard can this be?
I'm seeing you on the screen, Rory.
Are we? Okay, thank you. It's just, Kel, I apologize. There's been echoes, and I don't know what's happened here. So can you actually see right now? Is it working?
I'm seeing your face on a screen. I'm seeing the YouTube.
Okay.
There's a YouTube link here. I think it's a YouTube link.
Yeah, that's right. All right, now I see. I think that seems to have bounced back to the Zoom meeting. Thank goodness. There was an echo there, Kel, so thank you very much. I apologize. Can you hear me clearly? Okay.
Loud and clear.
Who is this guy? I don't know who he is. If you have any information on him, please do go to deceit.com and tell me who this guy is.
Go ahead.
Okay, fantastic. We're in business. So firstly, thanks very much, Kel. Thank you for asking for this meeting.
Cow. Now, is that a cow? Like a moo cow? I've got elephant noises, and I've got dinosaur noises, but is it like cow, like moo cow? Do I need a moo noise? Who is this guy, Cal?
As well. So before I jump into it, you know, Cal has approached me. We have a lot of leaders that are also wanting to get, you know, down to the truth of everything that's happened. A lot has progressed, but Cal, I'd like to give you the floor for 2-3 minutes before I jump into what I prepared today.
Okay, no problem. Thanks, Rory. Greetings, everyone.
This is all about positive endorsements, you know, backing your mate up.
In the Caribbean here, it's afternoon. I know for
he's in the Caribbean. Wow, that's cool.
Some is evening, and for some might be morning. So
he looks like a criminal, if you want my opinion. He just looks shady as hell.
Again, as Rory just said, our focus is basically to get to the truth of things. Now, a lot has happened, and it's continuing to happen. I got a text, I got a WhatsApp message from a particular individual who is in full support.
Oh, let me guess, Garrett?
Of everything related to Sam, etc. And, you know,
they're always not transparent, these guys. They've always got a secret that they don't tell the community, and then they tell everyone they're going to be transparent. They don't know what transparent is.
The message was quite alarming. But not just, I'm saying all of that just to say, they're just continuing. So what has happened is just to be left behind and for no one to care about, just forget about it. And, you know, go forward as business as usual, which I...
What do you expect? I mean, really? It had crypto, right? That's what you invested in. They didn't have registered companies anywhere. They claimed to be operating from Dubai. And everyone that was introducing people to it got 52% of the money. And then, what was the last thing? Oh, yeah, it sounded too good to be true. Did you really think you're going to put $1,000 in here and get 3 times your return in the money in 600 days? And then it fell over. Did you not think for 1 minute where the money come from? Or were you just focused on the commission money that you were receiving from introducing people into it?
I think it's unacceptable. And
unacceptable? How was it going to sustain itself? Did you not think about that when you were taking people's commission money in?
I think something must be done, and hoping that, you know, the more we continue to share on what has happened, the more people will be able to come together and, you know, make stands so that going forward, this don't happen again to our people. So,
oh, it doesn't happen again to our people. You don't want to lose your community, eh? You want to keep your community together so you can come up with another Ponzi scheme and another way to make commission money.
I think this is a very good initiative, and I'm in full support of it. And I'm looking forward to what results this may bring. Whatever results it will bring, I know definitely it will bring up.
I reckon that guy's stealing that car and he's stolen it. He's probably stolen that car. That's what you've done, isn't it, mate? That's how you make your living when you haven't got a scam.
Measure of comfort to some of us and our people.
Absolutely, Carl. I think just to second what you've said, at the end of the day, for me, this journey has started from Hyper all the way up to where we are now.
What about Karatbars? You were involved in that, weren't you?
But for me, I don't want to get into projects where people's money is going to get lost or, that our communities...
No shit, Sherlock, but you still want to get into these projects. How many projects have you been promoting of Sam Lee's? When HyperVerse fell over and they lost all their money, you didn't give it up then, did you? You carried on promoting ViDiLOOK Beta, ViDiLOOK 2, VAV, Stable Deo, and you're just a serial Ponzi scheme promoter, and now you want to wave your flag at the finish line because it's probably game up. We are all Satoshi. And in this very video, because I've watched this a couple of times already, he says that he thinks Jarvis is a good guy. Go watch the videos in my playlist. Look, have a look at this. You go to my videos. That's not going to work. Let him rave on for a bit before I get off my high horse and I'll find my playlist.
Is going to be abused, etc. Now, again, people are saying that, well, who's to blame? Well, that's the whole point, is we try to get to the truth of what's happened. And I'm not saying Sam Lee's guilty, and I'm not saying he's not guilty, and I'm not saying Garrett's guilty, and I'm not saying Garrett's not guilty.
Oh, you've got a foot, Eve. That's called hedging your bets. How can you say that and then claim you want to do a class action lawsuit? If you don't think these guys are guilty, then why are you trying to get $15 off 10,000 people? And all those figures are made up as well. He hasn't got 10,000, or hasn't got 6,000 people as he claims. Wait until you see him show you the stats.
The bottom line is that Sam has published I think on Stable DAO, for those that are part of Stable DAO, saying that a criminal case has been opened up against Garrett and that we will be getting to the truth shortly. When I do discuss stuff with Garrett is emphatically saying that that is all not true. So we're sitting with a situation where you got two parties that were there from the beginning, and we as the members are still out of pocket and out of the truth and out of the understanding.
Now, if you don't know who Garrett is, Garrett was the guy that Sam alleged owned ViDiLOOK. And that's him there. I've got an hour, 22-minute long phone call with him throwing Sam Lee back under the bus. Then he gave me a follow-up call where he was trying to tell me that everyone that was involved in in ViDiLOOK were legitimate business people. And then when you come to this one, this was Garrett trying to throw a Ponzi scheme at me. It's called Premium Future. So Garrett's no better than any of them. And the guy with the crown on, well, he's meant to be human trafficking people into UAE. That's what I've heard, and he's behind it all. So Garrett's trying to tell me these are legitimate business opportunities, and they're all as bad as each other. And if you go through my whole playlist of YouTube, you can see I've got so many videos of ViDiLOOK. Now, just 5 weeks ago, Sam Lee was the owner of We Are All Satoshi, and now you've got Jarvis, who's come in claiming he's the owner, and Sam left the keys to the Vault Horizon on the desk, which had $4.2 million in it. And how's Rory still sitting here thinking he doesn't know who's the crook? They're both crooks.
And the way I see it, Kel, is that I want to get to a situation where we reach the numbers that we need and we go after the truth. If the truth comes out before that, great. We all know what's going on. Are we getting refunded? Are we not getting refunded?
Refunded from where, you twat?
Funded? What is the... we went through this, and particularly for me, what happened in the last month or so of what was taking place, and all those funds that was misappropriated or stolen, according to Sam. We need to get to the truth.
Okay.
So just for those that have maybe joined us for the first time, I started an initiative probably about a month back again saying, from a community perspective, we have the chance to join together to get to the truth. And what I put forward was to say that if we got 10,000 members, we would then go through a situation of where we can actually then, as a collective group, go and get the answers that we need from with regards to the lawsuit. I have done a lot of groundwork. I'm speaking to a lot of people, obviously in Dubai and broader. And, you know, for me, some of the big things, Cal, is it's not just the situation of ViDiLOOK. I've had a lot of people contact me going back to Hyper Days, and I have a guy by the name of Jackson that's contacted me, and he lost $250,000 on Hyper. I have people that have contacted me and lost $8.3 million on Hyper. You know,
why don't you talk about your own $2.8 million? Was that your mate sticking up for you, didn't know what you're talking about? What about your 40 staff you had? Are you not mentioning that? I mean, I had a guy ring me up and told me he lost $5 million. And I said, where'd you get the money from? He said, oh, it's my family money. He was in charge, he used to work on Wall Street, knew how money worked. So he created 113 accounts for his family. And he said it was excess of $5 million that he'd lost to HyperVerse. And now Rory, what do you think he's trying to do here, kids? He's trying to save his own ass because he has promoted so many people into HyperVerse. A Ponzi scheme where if you put $300 in, that you were guaranteed to get $900 back in 600 days. Listen to what I just said. Does that sound too good to be true? Rory went there, got 40 staff on the payroll and started promoting the hell out of it. And then he lost all his money and he can't figure out why.
There is some serious figures of where things have been lost. And the question is where do we sit with all of this information?
Just remember that 52% of the money that went into HyperVerse went to the people that promoted it. Rory is one of those people that promoted it. 52% of every $1,000 that went into the platform, $520 of that went back to the people who were promoting it. And if they had multiple accounts, what a lot of these leaders did, they got all of that 52. They just merged those accounts down, and then they were giving away the accounts. Oh, there's corruption here that you just can't see unless you've followed the whole history of it like I have. I've done thousands of hours on this HyperVerse thing and all the leaders.
Cal, can anybody tell me where we currently stand in Hyper? Last I heard, it was diversal, and then there was like panic that you had to pay more money, and then now you would then be entitled to get funds back. But I don't believe that's necessarily the route to go. I think we need to go to the company that has been running it or the tech provider, and we need to see.
Oh, good one. The tech provider. Who's that going to be? Is it going to be Chavez or is it going to be Sam? Did you know that Sam owns 25% of the company that produced all the software? Yeah, the other two people, I've forgotten actually. I've forgotten. Gareth told me. You have to go listen to his video. But there's 4 owners of a company. They reckon they have 450 staff, not 750 staff that Sam claims he had.
Who's behind it, and if there's an NDA, they need to strip that NDA so we can see what's happened to all those funds or what's happened to all the people. So from my side,
I can't do that with NDAs, mate.
That's why I started with Hyper, because that's where my journey was. It was from Hyper onwards. And when Sam came back to the community in January, February, he was adamant to say that he had started.
Sam came back to the community. Where had he been? He'd been in hiding after stealing $50 million from Australian investors. Now, if you don't believe that, go have a look at that. That's me. That's Sam. This is Nationwide TV. And there's Sam. Look at that. Scam lead.
So some are saying.
Bastard. All right, let's carry on, Rory.
Stable DAO, and he was going to come up with the solutions for all the Hyper community. And that is one of the reasons why we all got back into the projects, was on the basis that Sam would be looking after us and protecting our community and giving us the opportunity to make our money back. Well,
did you not research Sam Lee at all, mate? I've been saying for 2 years that Sam Lee stole that $50 million from Australian investors, but you carried on promoting his Ponzi schemes. Now you're going to sue him, but now you tell us you don't think he's a scammer.
That hasn't happened.
That hasn't
happened. It's actually been probably the most disastrous, stressful time I think all of us have gone through as members and as leaders.
Do you want me to put some Vicks vapor rub on your chest?
For me, and I'm not saying it's all Sam's fault, Kel. There could be more people involved here. But what we do know, it was Sam Lee that was promising VAV funds back in 48 hours. It was Sam Lee that came to us as a community and said, I'm going to look after you. I'm going to make things.
Oh, you can take Sam's word for it, can't you?
Right. I'm going to work with you. And to date, we don't have a solution of what that is, unless somebody can advise me otherwise. But what I can't do is sit and not have the answers on where a lot of our community have just now lost their funds. For me, that's unacceptable, Cal.
Yeah,
and there's people that have lost a lot of money. So I just want to say that this presentation is for private use and for members only that have been affected. I'm not intending this to go broader, but I am making it available for those that didn't attend this meeting because we have a limit of 100 people. And I know ViDiLOOK had 108,000 people. And I know Hyper had anywhere between 400,000 and 1.5 million, depending who you speak to. And there's people that have lost money. So today is the 8th of October. I've created an email address called askroryc@gmail.com. I have 2 people that assist me monitor that. So any questions regarding this, and what we're trying to do is get all behind an initiative to get to the numbers that we need. So the programs that we're talking about, and I'll get more specifics about the lawsuit now, is HyperOne, Hyper Community, Hyper Capital, HyperGlobal.
The company HyperOne wasn't anything to do with Sam Lee, as far as I could tell, and he's forgot Hyper Tech and Hyper Capital. Oh no, he's got Hyper Capital. Sorry. And why have you got a space between Hyper and HyperFund? This could be important in a law case.
Well, HyperFund, HyperVerse, HyperNature, HyperCosmos, probably Diversal, anything else that ran from the Hyper initiative.
Every time I hear the word Diversal, I think of Pinnakinak!
And what I am told is that when I was discussing this with somebody that did a 24-page report on Hyper, way back with way in-depth information, was saying that this is one of the top 10 global scams that's ever occurred in the...
What's the other 9? Were they anyone I know?
The crypto history. So we still don't have real figures on these numbers, and it might even be in the top 5 once we understand what those numbers are, should people want to participate. Stable DAO are stamped corrected, but those people that bought Stable DAO opinion packages, whereby they could do, I think it was where you essentially ask all these questions, you could make funds. My understanding is that's not paying out anymore, but I may be wrong.
Well, I think they all fall over, don't they, Corey? Rory? Corey? I might call you Corey from now on.
ViDiLOOK Live and Beta, we know that that is no longer. Step Chain, we know that there were 287 people that put in roughly $2,800 as a minimum regarding to the $5,000 package, which is $803,000.
Sorry.
And on the Step Chain meeting, Kel, you were on that meeting. Alex, who's from Step Chain, had stated that they had paid over $100,000 to Sam Lee, and nothing's been done with regards to that initiative or that project.
Oh, no, really? Wow. Well, we didn't look at his track history, did they, before they invested in here? Crazy. Why wouldn't you look at the guy's track history? What? Crazy.
And I think they are seeking to go and get their results of what they need.
Wow, they might need your help, Rory.
Because they've paid over capital and money and not got what was supposed to have been delivered.
Is that like everyone that you've been promoting this to in your community? Have they got the same results that you just said? You haven't done any NLP training, have you there, Rory?
Then you got VAV, where we know in a very short space of time, 3.3 million
You're my hero.
Absorbed or lost or stolen. And I've left Vend there because Vend is the current program that Sam Lee has full ownership of, and he's displayed the license, and he's got 2 people assisting him. That's Summer May and Peter or Pedro.
Yes, Summer. Oh, poor Summer. Ruined her life. If you come here, you can see Summer May Summervu. Ah, yes, we had a great meeting with her. Since this meeting, I have not seen her on anywhere on the internet. We've managed to scare her off, and there is another guy now promoting it. But if you didn't know, poor Summer, I think we did the follow-up video, this one here. This was cartoons with Summer and Sam, and they had hired a cartoonist to produce cartoons about how Sam had a naughty history and now he's a hero, a superhero, and they never paid his bill. Funny thing about that video was what's his name, Gobi, paid Sam's bills for him. So it did seem like Summer, who was having her rent paid by Sam, she actually sent me a message telling me to stop harassing her, claiming that she has spent all her money and she's living on visas and she's in debt up to her eyeballs, and she wants me to help her get her home. So this was a lady that was begging me to interview her, telling me that she was just promoting legitimate opportunities to people. Unreal. Anyway, back to you, Rory. Keep telling us about these Ponzi schemes that you promote to your friends, and now tell us how you want to be a hero, like the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger maybe.
Who Sam has appointed to be the point person for all the questions relating to ViDiLOOK stroke Vend going forward. So if there are other programs, I do put that in the questionnaire if there's something that we've missed out on. What really triggered this for me is when I asked on the 15th of last month.
You'd add HyperGlobal in there, couldn't you?
Where do we stand? Can we get clear communication on the following? Updates on the refund? Is there a meeting on Friday?
Where do you think the money's gone, you twat?
Where do things stand? And where is Vivek? What has happened to Vivek, who's the CEO of the company?
He was human trafficked to another country. I reckon there's 4 countries involved here: China, Thailand, India, and the UAE. And they're human trafficking these people around. Instead of doing the call center scams that you hear all these other YouTubers doing, this is the new thing. I'm above my time. The Ponzi schemes is the new thing, and they're just trafficking these guys around. So Vic will disappear, just like Chavez, that he claims is a good guy who wants to help them get their money out. He talks about in a few minutes. Chavez doesn't have a last name. Wouldn't that sort of wave a flag saying, why do I want to do business with a guy that won't even let you know his last name?
So to answer those questions, we still don't know what's happened to Vivek. This has never been clearly answered to me, if he's just disappeared or moved on. Is there the meetings that are happening now are daily with VEND or VEND? I personally don't agree with that project, but everybody must make their own decisions. I'm not here to give
I'm not here to give financial advice. I'm not going to be, what do you call it? I'm non-committal. I'm just going to tell you the facts and you can make your own mind up, and then I'm not liable for anything that I say and do. Get a life. Have you not read the disclaimer at the start of the HyperVerse presentation, Rory? Did you not read that disclaimer? Did you not read the words in the disclaimer? Now, I want you to go back to one of the old videos of the HyperNation or HyperVerse presentations and read the disclaimer. You don't have a leg to stand on if you read the disclaimer, okay? And that's why no one's liable here if you want to go down that road.
Financial advice. We still don't have any updates on the refund other than there's a criminal case against Garrett. We don't know how much.
Other than there's a criminal case against Garrett. Now, Garrett does not know anything about a criminal case that's pending against himself. I have been to the New Zealand High Court because someone tried to sue me for $3.8 million. Guess what for? Defamation. And they are now paying my $27,500 legal fees. And there theoretically is people after him legally now, which is fantastic. But anyway, this bullshit about a court case stuff that nothing's happening. If I would know, you would know if somebody's going to take legal action against you, right? Wouldn't you? Right?
How much, where the money went, what happened to the money. There's no official audits on that yet. So one of the things I
audits. Who's going to order this crap?
really want to get is an audit on the blockchain, so we can actually pose the correct questions. And the little bit of work that I have done, I see large amounts of money moving out of that blockchain.
Do you
that
now?
Was linked, and it was very clear. And I've been very firm with Garrett. He's never had control of those wallets. So that only tells me that the tech provider was controlling those wallets. And in this case would be Sam Lee's company, or somebody Sam Lee has dedicated that response to.
Let's see if we can find it.
You know what's very interesting,
There's the transaction.
I think what's really concerning for me is that so many people still don't know what's going on. One of the main...
So that transaction there that I just brought up, get rid of you, don't need you anymore. Get rid of him, don't need him anymore. No, I don't need that one anymore. This is getting confusing. Bring it over here. Here it is. This was one transaction that happened at the same time when HyperVerse was going belly up. And that number at the top is the wallet address that money was put into. Now, In case you haven't caught up with current events, Kalpesh Patel told me in a WhatsApp message that Sam Lee told him that they were not investing in startups, there was no whale trading, and they had been transferring the money out of HyperVerse into crypto, into Bitcoin. And they also offered Kalpesh Patel a large sum of money to do a slow exit strategy for the community. And that was when Kalpesh left. All right. And then Keith Williams, he took over. And he decided that he would become the global sales representative for HyperNation. And his friend, one of his best friends, rang me up and told me that at that time, Keith actually thought he could trade them out of it by becoming the global sales representative. Now, if you don't know the whole history, Keith Williams actually has now got stage 4 cancer. Maybe that's why he didn't trade people out of it. But they're all as bad as each other.
Things that we're getting on the email, Ask Rory C, is saying, my withdrawal is still processing. How do I get my money out? They are totally clueless that Sam has stated above there, and I've written it down for everybody, there is no ViDiLOOK corporate anymore. No employees speak on behalf of ViDiLOOK.
I get a message like that every day. They're scammers. They say, hey, did you get your money out of HyperVerse? And you go, no. And they go, oh, I did. And I used this crypto recovery company, blah, blah, blah. Have you guys got those? I think that's what he's talking about.
So what I interpret by this, and again, it's my interpretation, Sam has said it was never his company, it was Garrett's. And therefore, Garrett, now there's no one running this company. So what's happened to all the funds? So who's monitoring things?
How stupid are they? Right, Vend is the third attempt of ViDiLOOK where you watched outdated commercials and they said that you could invest, I think they were going to pay $1 a day, and they've just released $5,000 and $5,000 packages. The stupid thing about it, how can the company not be Sam Lee's, and now Sam Lee has total ownership of that company and running it independently? Because he's the tech provider, he's just stolen the whole IP of the whole company and decided to run it himself. Oh, that sounds a lot like We Are Satoshi. So Sam's walked away from We Are All Satoshi, and Chavis, who we never knew about, has come in the last 4 weeks and come up with some mining that you can make money that you can't afford to mine. Let's not go down that conversation, Danny. But anyway, what I'm saying is these companies can be interchanged ownership in a flick of a light switch, and he's still sitting here thinking he doesn't know what's going on. You're part of a criminal network, you idiot.
Maybe what people need to do is go back to the Telegram, Julia, Robert, and all those people, and try and get some answers. And I think we need direct answers from Sam, and I think we need direct answers from Pedro, and we need direct answers from Garrett. Garrett, as I understand, has been very public, and so has Sam.
He's been public because he'd come on my podcast, you Nimpsy, and he only had $7,000 left in his name, and now he's starting up his own Ponzi scheme, selling friggin' idiot stuff. He's an idiot. And also, he's got this nice clip he begged me to take off the internet, which is back online again if you're watching this, Garrett. Yeah, go have a listen to your video. The part where you said that the Dubai government is taking people out to the desert and burying them, and you asked me to remove that part, it's back online. And there's even a short that I've sent to every Dubai company I know of. So they're probably going to be knocking on your door soon and saying, what did you say that we bury people in the desert? Come with me, little man. That's the last we saw of Garrett.
But they haven't sat down to sort this out.
Or they should sit at the square table.
Very clear there's nothing to sort out from his perspective because he never was in charge or in control of ViDiLOOK. Again, this is what Garrett claims.
Yeah, he's trying to cover his ass, just like you're trying to cover your ass, mate. No worries there.
So it's not for me to say who's guilty and who's not. That's why I call this truth, lies, and videotape.
Oh.
There's been truth, but there's a lot of lies, and we have a lot of evidence on videotape. So let's get to that truth. That's the way I'm feeling about it. Kel, do you agree with my sentiment so far?
Of course he's going to agree with you. Why would he disagree? He's into this deep as you are.
What I'm thinking?
I agree 100%. Worry, and I am really... I feel a bit saddened because all this is taking place. So much of our people are affected. So much of our monies have been vanished. And the leaders like ourselves, I mean, the majority of them, championing the cause for their people. So it's a bit sad because the truth must be a priority, and it's even sadder because we have persons within our community still putting monies into these projects.
I know it could be going into your pocket instead,
whatever,
mate?
Just
mate, they're stupid, these people. Have you not watched the people putting their money into We Are Satoshi? So how are you going to get on when Rory says that he thinks that Chavez is onto a good thing? So why would you send mixed messages to people? You're either against or for. You know, there's no middle ground here. And he's got his foot either side of the hedge, claiming he's got 6,000 people together. Really? No way have you got 6,000 people. You're a friggin' liar, Rory. 6,000 people, my ass.
We would make whatever we can make, and whoever lose whatever they can lose. And I think that is very, very, very bad. And as I said, I am 100% in support of getting to the bottom of all these questions.
Oh,
because
very good then.
It's way too much. It's way too much.
Not just
Vend alone is Sam in total control of, but VAV. He had total control of VAV because it was just his video showing over and over and over. So what do we do about all of this? Do we just turn our backs, count our losses, and just forget about it? No, I don't think that is acceptable. I'm hoping that within the next couple of days, we can have leaders share these informations.
All right, so he hasn't said it yet, but I know what he's going to say because I'm a mind reader. This is actually Sam Lee saying that he's going to sign the petition that I was helping this guy promote, right? And this is the petition, right? So this has been going since, where is the start date for this petition? Let's find a start date. There is a start date. I would guess 5 months ago, 7 months ago. All right, so this is a petition that's been going, and this was well publicised because I helped publicise it. And they've got 1,800 people have signed this by putting their first name, last name, email address, and country and postal address. 1,800 people in about 8 or 9 months. Okay? This is free. This takes 10 seconds to fill out. Rory is claiming that he's got 6,000 people that he's gathered in 3 weeks that are all willing to pay, They're all willing to pay $15 each. So he's full of shit. Because you can't tell me that his community weren't aware that there was a petition going around trying to get their money back. And it's been going for 3 weeks and they've got 6,000 people. You need to start running for president, mate.
Get our people to support the initiative, sign the document. Let's get to 10,000 so we can move forward. We need to move forward. And even if we just get truth alone coming out of it, all well and good, but we must do something.
I agree.
Look, they agree. It's good to have a conversation together. What scheme are you coming up with, guys? What's the Ponzi scheme you're going to drop all these people that you're building up a community with, eh?
For me, the truth is the number one, because the amount of money that people have lost and have got this hope of getting some money out, we need to rip the Band-Aid off and say...
We need to rip the Band-Aid off. Oh, my God. We need to rip the Band-Aid, stop the blood pouring out. Oh, my God, trying to be a hero when you're a scammer. It's not working for me, Rory.
There's never going to be any money, or there is going to be money, or there's going to be some of the money, or whatever it is.
There's no money left. It's all gone off to the Chinese. They're building hotels with it.
But that's not for us to answer. That's for the courts and whoever was involved to say how much is...
I bet you're going to use Judge Judy. She'll be good at this.
...left, or where the money went, or what went on. Now, the important
thing... Correct.
Yeah, so for the leaders, Kel, you know, each leader is entitled to do things the way they want to do it. So I want to respect every leader that has ever been involved in any project.
Kalpesh Patel and Keith Williams?
Because...
Brenda Chunga, Pinnaky Nark, you're going to respect them as well?
Each person's circumstance...
Clayton Ford?
Answers are different. And some leaders have dealt with it by refunding their members. Some leaders...
Hey, that's what you could do, Rory. Why didn't you do that? Refund your members. That would show that you really are a real man.
Have walked away from their people. Some people have jumped in or trying to help their people in the way that they know best. But what I want to reiterate is that leaders are members just like those individual people. So the responsibility, I don't think, just falls on the leaders, Cal. It falls on each member, because every member has a right to participate.
That's right.
It shouldn't have to be the leader's responsibility.
No, move the responsibility away from yourself. Don't have a target on your ass, Rory. No, don't. Or Cal,
to find out what happened with the money, because we are not corporate. We're not part of the process. The opportunity might have been.
Yeah, that's what Sam Lee does. I think in the video you might have watched of Sam Lee's done that I grabbed when I stuck into a Zoom meeting and recorded it, which we never saw Sam running We Are All Satoshi after that. But that's exactly what he did, is never claim responsibility, is what he said.
Shared in the best intentions, but now all the blame goes to the leaders. But when there's an opportunity to go to court, how come we only got 6,000 people out of 108,000 so far?
Because you're not going to take anyone to court. You're a soft cock, mate.
Where's the 250 or 400,000 people from Hyper? Is it a situation that the leaders are not sharing this opportunity with the people? Or is it a situation?
Here we go. So we've got OK Ken has posted a comment in your own video in the real-time chat, and it said, Rory should stop deceiving people and tell the community the truth. Stop scamming people who have lost their money. Rory is an opportunist. There you go, in your own YouTube video comment.
Situation that it has been shared and nobody's bothering. That is a question that we need to ask. And I think the responsibility ultimately should fall on the members, but it's also up to the members to discuss it with their upline or their leaders and say, should we do it? Shouldn't we do it? Should we walk away? I'm not dictating to anybody, but I have committed and said, look, if we get 10%, if we get 10,000 members, and there's multiple reasons why it's 10,000. Number one, it's more than 10% of who's been affected in a particular program. It also means something when you have 10,000 complaints when you lodge that in Dubai.
You won't get 10,000. You haven't got 1,000 people.
It's 10,000 people with all their documentation and a verbal message and what we've got planned, asking for the truth and to see what's going on. Somebody has to be accountable.
I mean, really? Does he want the truth? Really? You got scammed, you dumbass.
Now, it's not my problem. It's not Kel's problem. It's not the members' problem that there was some IT glitch or this wallet was connected to that wallet. That's immaterial. There was a promise of X and Y, and it was never delivered. And that's a verbal contract out.
Yeah, let me get this right, just in case you've just tuned in and you're wondering who this guy is behind the screen. These guys got told that if they put $300 into a crypto platform, that in 600 days, they would get I'll say that again. If you put $300 in 600 days, you'd get $900 back paid to you in rewards. And if you introduce new people into it, you'd get 20% of the money. And if they introduced the people that you introduce into it, introduce people, you would get another 10%. And if you were clever enough and you set up multiple account structures, what a lot of people like Rory would be doing, you literally get 52% of all the money that's put into these platforms. Does that sound too good to be true? And now and they had no product, no service, no nothing. They had to sell memberships to keep the ball rolling. No wonder it fell over.
Out in public, and people are still missing their funds.
Oh.
And I think it's important that people get to the truth. And again, Sam has maintained his innocence, Cal. So fantastic. He should support this campaign.
Oh, good thinking there, Rory.
150%, because he keeps saying that there's an NDA, he can't reveal the truth. Well, if we go to court, the NDA gets superseded and all truth comes out to whoever was involved.
Wow.
Wherever the money went.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, that is what I think the people deserve to hear.
Get off the internet, Rory. You're a friggin' idiot, scammer, opportunist.
And it's down to, again,
you're going to jail. You're just trying to save
you. People think, it's only $25. Well, $25 is more than 10% than our basic minimum wage. So, people have really pushed themselves to the limit. There's people that have sold things or have pushed themselves, even for $25, $50, $100, whatever it is. The amount is important, but it's also the number of people that have been affected that's just as important as well. And I think somebody that's lost $25 is just as important as somebody that's lost $10,000, because we've all lost, and it's all relative at the end of the day.
I like
so
this.
what we said, if we've got 10,000 people, we can lower the cost to cover the whole filing system. And if people cannot see value in $15 to lodge a claim for any one of the projects that they've been affected. So if you've been affected in 3 projects, call that VAV and ViDiLOOK, and let's say Hyper, that's $5 per program that you affected.
We know how to use a calculator,
don't we? To
be
able to get to the truth, or to get some recovery, or to get to the bottom of this.
Excellent.
And
next,
for me, I think we need to unite as a community to get the answers. Or, Cal, at the end of this month, I'm talking October, if we never reach the numbers, Cal, I'm telling you up front, I'm walking away from the lawsuit initiative.
All right, you tell them.
This is going to take so much time and effort on my side, where I could be focusing on new businesses and other ventures. But I'm willing to lead with other leaders so that we can get to the truth for those that want it. But it's up to the members to show support.
Excellent. Love that. Love that. Bit of background noise in there. It's not mine. So you want to get people's documents so you and Garrett will use them to promote your new scams. That is exactly right. These guys aren't giving it up. This is just grabbing people's money and also building a new community and also saving their ass. This is all about. This is ridiculous.
I totally agree. Before you go into the numbers, you said something earlier, which is so surprising, because I am still getting messages as well concerning withdrawals. Why my withdrawals are still saying pending and processing. So people are really out of the loop. I as you said, I'm not sure for what reason, if it's leaders not communicating or if it's members not putting themselves in.
No, they're holding you accountable. They're asking you, why is their money that you introduced them into these scams, why are they not able to withdraw their money? That's what they're doing it for.
Position for the information. But what I think we can do also, Rory, we could probably have a discussion after, if we can probably have another meeting where we try to get the leaders together and ask the leaders to bring their community together for us to have another discussion like this. Because you are quite right. If we have maybe 1.5 people together from all the different projects and we can't get 10,000 signatures, then you and I, we might just be wasting our time and our effort and our energy, and that is just not acceptable neither. So I totally agree with that position as well, because we should have 40,000-50,000 signatures within the first week. But yet still, it's a very slow process. So, decisions need to be made there. Maybe we can appeal to the leaders to come together, have a meeting, and ask these leaders to bring their communities together. And let's see if we can have another meeting within probably the next 7 days. And then we will have a better idea of the level of support that we may have and what going forward may look like.
Okay. But Kel, from your view, because I really met with the guys on Friday last week, so I'm going to start building the website on risk, because I want to save time for the year. Because if I wait, we're going to be in November. You understand?
So in the picture on the bottom down there, that's a picture of Rory with his arm around Keith Williams. And I pulled him out on that, and he said he was there doing a research and development at the time. He was one of the main scammers.
Yeah. I'm starting to build the website now, but I'm not going to open it until I know I've got a minimum of 10,000 people that are committed to the process.
Looks like the website's never going to get open. And I'd love you to prove that you have 6,000 people, let alone saying you're going to get 10. It's a load of crap, bull, poos and wheeze. You're talking through a hole in your head. You're just going for building another community so you can drop another scam on their lap.
As soon as that is committed, what we're going to do is we'll open up the website, and there will be a membership access for those that pay the $15. And that's where all the information is going to be.
Oh, so you have to pay $15 to have a look at the website. Good thinking, guys. That will make money for you.
be put all into a secure service, you understand, because there's a lot of personal information. There's going to be statements, documents, video uploads, and ability for people to come together to share their experiences or to communicate their frustrations or lost as a community.
Another question coming in.
This is, for me, I think, very important for all of us to heal and to get closure.
Ooh.
And closure means, where do we come from that? So, yeah, right now, Cal, we've got 59%. We got 5,956 responses. But I am encouraging people to join the Telegram groups like the ViDiLOOK lawsuit. But I've created a Telegram group, which I'll share with everybody, called Truth, Lies, and Videotape. Because at the end of the tape, the videotape is a lot of evidence to what we understand. Now, I put initially a cutoff date on the 1st of October, thinking exactly like you, Cal, that people would want to jump at the opportunity.
And they're not jumping? Oh, really? They might think you're a scammer. That might be the problem. We've got another good comment in there. Rory, how can we know all the 10,000K people will actually pay $15 when we start the lawsuit? That's a good question, mate. I think that's a feasible question. Everyone says they will, but when it comes to the crunch, no one actually does.
But they haven't completed. So I'm saying I'm giving it the next 2 weeks, and I'm going to be reviewing it weekly to see how close we get to the 10,000. But I would love to get that website up and going in the middle of October so we can start that process to get all the information. So I think it's positive we have 6,000 members. And I think, like anything, once you get the movement going, everybody then is aware of it, if that makes sense. So more that we share and ask the questions, I just don't want people to have lost the opportunity to get to the truth. We've already registered the lawsuit domain. We'll publish it once we've gone there. I'll put your ongoing communication on Telegram and emails, but also I just want to put there, Kel, create your own groups, or people have got their own groups. Why not just share the information on those groups and let people decide what they want to do, And if people don't bother, Kel, then you and I can put our hands on our heart, and other leaders that support this or other members that support this, and said, we've given it a good shot. But obviously people don't care about getting to the truth, and they don't care about what money they've lost. The other thing that I'd like to appeal to, very important, is I'm starting to accumulate all the information that was public domain knowledge. So what I'm saying is not your specific back office information. I'm looking for videos that have been deleted. I'm looking for YouTube videos.
Ask me, Rory. I've got lots of them on file.
Telegram messages, things like that was on public.
I literally have every leadership meeting that they ever did for HyperVerse and HyperNation. So if you want my help there, Rory, just ask me.
Domain that has now just disappeared. Now that the the cards have fallen over.
Are you talking about the video that you did, Bazooka, and you deleted it off your own YouTube channel? I've got that video too if you want it back, Rory. You delete your own videos. You're playing the same game, you idiot.
Dominoes have fallen over. Ooh, so what I've done is I've created I'm paying for where I can get up to 2 terabytes, where anybody can send and upload information to me on WeTransfer, or they can share a Google link, or they can share. But I would like to do it via wetransfer.com because it's got a very intense, screening process when it comes to viruses and things like that. The other thing I would like to share quickly is the where we stand on the. People say, I don't want to fill in a lot of information. Well, let's go through one of those questions. First of all, we're saying here, this is open to any platforms. It is mandatory that we get an email address because I want to be able to communicate with whoever wants to get to the truth and know what are the next steps. So I do ask permission to get the email address so we can communicate. You can create.
Make sure you get people to read the terms and conditions just like you did when you signed up for HyperVerse.
The new one, I really don't care. And I want to say here that you must respect your upline or the person that invited you, and you should be discussing this with them. Yeah. Because they're the ones that got you into this opportunity.
That's right.
What is their view on this opportunity?
Yeah.
And then
you're setting a good example here, Rory. You're a man. You're the man.
Yes, you'll need to answer that saying, yes, I agree to share my email address. So you would have to tick on that one.
Okay.
We also, the country.
Oh my God, why didn't you have a drop-down box? Have you never done this before?
Countries that you're in now, we had one, Bermuda, I see is not a country. So if you have a situation where the country isn't listed for whatever reason, if you go to the bottom of the form, you can add other.
Well done.
And then you can put your country. It is optional. I haven't enforced it.
Okay.
But the only thing that is mandatory right now is the email address so we can share information. Everything else, the country helps us know and where we're doing an international lawsuit from, which countries have been affected, and we'll look at the responses on that. I also have then put the different programs. So all of Hyper put into one category.
Thanks for the donation.
Then Stable DAO, ViDiLOOK, VAV, and Ven.
Very kind of you.
People are saying, where's WOZ? Well, I don't see a problem with WOZ right now, Kel, because Chavez is busy trying to rescue that situation. And I want to give Chavez the benefit of the doubt. I think he has really worked hard on that project.
Oh my God, are you for real?
To protect the community. And I believe that he has made it very clear that Sam is not involved. He has made it.
So you're saying that Chavez, you're supporting Chavez. What's his last name, Rory? Tell me his last name. He offered me $10,000 if I could find his birth certificate with his last name on it. That's Chavez, that is. And now you're saying he's a good guy. Unreal. 5,960 people you reckon you've got who want you to go and do a class action lawsuit. This is these stats don't make sense in a second. Watch this.
Made it very clear that he's 100% in control of that project. He's made it
100% in control of that project that Sam Lee just walked away from, who previously was 100% Sam Lee's baby. So who's got control? 100% doesn't really exist here, guys.
Clear now that he's in control of the proof of reserves. So I want to give the benefit of the doubt to Chavez for something that he worked 2 years on to make sure that if it does launch and it is successful, we as a community can benefit from that. But initially, Sam was the face of Are All Satoshi, but Are All Satoshi hasn't collapsed. It is in process, we call it metamorphosis, to move forward and try and do something even better for the community. So I want to give Chavez, who's put up his hand and said, I'm not walking away from this community. I'm going to make right. I'm going to do good things for this community. And he's taken that responsibility on himself to do that. And he protected those funds when there was a lot of pressure on him to dip into the proof of reserve fund.
You're a hero, Chavez. Oh my God. Please, please, please watch Rob Worley's videos. I'm going to have to show you guys what I'll do. If you go down to my homepage on my YouTube channel, you'll see the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger playlist. That's where I put all my videos about Ponzi schemes and scams. And look, there's a new playlist called the, what do they call it? The Crypto Sage of Critical Thinking. And in here, you can see Rob has put all the videos about Are All Satoshi in here. Well, I have put them all in here. But these are all the videos that Rob's done recently. And he's just telling me he's just put another one on just a few minutes ago. I'm wondering if it's live yet. Let's have a look. He hasn't done his YouTube channel up yet. Is it there? No, there'll be a new video here soon. But if you are uncertain about whether Chavez is full of shit, he's shoveling shit, shoving shit, then by all means check out Rob's videos. You would not, Rory needs to watch these videos before he says that Chavez is doing a good guy. These guys just can't help themselves but promote Ponzi schemes.
As well. And I'm not going to say by whom. So the other thing is to say, how much money are you owed? This is also very important from an international perspective. How big is this case?
Okay.
So when we get to 10,000 people, and if we have an average of $25,000, argument's sake, that is a lot of money. That's
a lot of money I took off people.
At. So
remember, he got 20% of the money. That's if he wasn't doing the multiple accounts. If he was doing the multiple accounts, he would have got 52% of the money that you paid in. So half the money went out to the multi-level marketers. Rory Conacher is a multi-level marketer, and he says he had a large team of over 40,000 people under him that he promoted this to. That is why he claims he lost he doesn't claim, his mate claimed he lost $2.8 million to HyperVerse and had 40 people working for him peddling this scam when it was at its peak.
It gives the grandeur of just a percentage of what we're looking at. And I do put this here $15. All I'm saying is if you do fill in the form and you're going to go ahead, I need to know that you're at least going to commit to $15 as a minimum so we can move forward. And then we'll obviously people are saying, oh, I'm just trying to do a money grab. Goodness gracious, Kel, there's better ways that I can make money than trying to deal with 10,000.
Well, like HyperVerse and ViDiLOOK and We Are All Satoshi and VAV and ViDiLOOK number 2. Come on, mate. The game is up. You can't go from scammer, pants on fire to hero, look at me, I'm an Avenger.
1,000 different records, admin processing, dealing with all the issues, spending my time.
But you said in your first video, which is online, that you were offering people a return on their investment of $15, and you were going to put that $15 on multiple platforms. That's your words, mate.
I'm doing this for $15? No. This is about trying to do something good for the community.
Okay,
and
that's
trying
a change.
to get the truth for all of us. And I'm happy for any leaders that really want to be part of this initiative to take joint responsibility with me with this initiative. And they will be able to do that on the website. So when they register, you can say, I want to be passive or I want to be actively involved in this lawsuit case. And then what level do you want to be? Do you want to be a leader and have a say in matters, or you just want to be able to have a say to your community? So we're going to try and make it that people have the opportunity to go forward and have their say as well. And we've got to do it in a very coordinated response as well. Because you can imagine the amount of data we're collecting on 10,000 people. We have to protect that. And the other thing, Kel, we can't have so many chiefs and two little Indians.
No.
We can't have so many people making decisions and, too many big bosses and not enough workers. We got to have 5 or 6 people that can stand ahead of the community and saying, you know what, we're going to stand up and this is what we believe in. I'm not expecting to do this myself. But if no one else steps up, and I do have 10,000 signatures, I will pursue with this because I feel I know it's the right thing to do for all those people that have been abused or lost their funds, and we get to the truth. And you know what, Kel, even if everything comes out that we don't get the money out, we then have to change legislation or do something that this never, ever happens again in any community, in any project, because I love crypto. I think crypto's got a big way to go. And these scams and things that hit us is affecting our ability to grow this marketplace, be it FTX, be whatever it is. And it's time. We know that our future is bright with this industry, and we put a lot of time and effort into it, and we know what can be done. We've just got to weed out the bad projects from the good projects, and we can financially change our lives. This is the part because this is the opportunity of a lifetime.
This is why I did this video.
Know that with cryptocurrencies.
He's not going to give it up.
What I can tell you is you now have 1,425 people from the States, so 24% of the...
Okay, so we've got Rory is trying to get money for him, some leaders, and Gareth's new project, trying to scam people who have already lost money. And what's this guy, new guy? So Roy on the site's terms and conditions. Is there a copy that can be read so we know there's no red flags to bite us later? Oh my God, he won't tell you that. Anyway, let's go back to him.
Correspondents are coming from there, South Africa, and that's possibly because obviously I've got a big team as well. I have over 48,000 people in ViDiLOOK that sit underneath me.
Did you get what he just said then? 48,000 people sit underneath him for ViDiLOOK. So you can imagine when he did that video, off my screen, Rob, you've just taken all my limelight. So when we did that video, you signed the petition. I'm going to get distracted here. But, where'd it go? Yes, but we've got that Scam Lee. So he got 48, he reckons he's got 48, what has he got? 48,000 people underneath him. And here he is telling everyone to sign up for it. Listen to this again.
Package 2, Package 3, Package 4. Start Package 1, 2, 3, 4. 50% off starting an hour ago. You got 23 hours left. What's taking place right now, there's an urgent strategy call for those people that actually want to grow their business. Tammy has just sent a message. It's happening right.
There's Tammy. She used to be in HyperVerse every meeting. She used to be pushing it down people's throat.
Shut up, Danny.
They lost about $4 billion. And it's just funny that she's now promoting another Ponzi scheme. And there she is looking all dolled up. She's managed to do her hair That's lovely. Now, who doesn't want to grow their business and who doesn't want to earn a bit of extra money? Yep. And that's why Rory's trying to get you into the platform.
Now, Sam is going to jump on that call and give you the strategy to make the most of it. It's up to you. Do you want to grow your business? Do you want to make a change in your life? Do you want to make some cash? Let's get going.
Cool. Right. So do you want to make a change in your life? Do you want to make some cash? That was Rory Conacher. That video that you just saw was on his YouTube channel, exactly where this video is, and he's removed it. Why would he remove a video like that after the Ponzi scheme has fallen over? Because he wants to cover his own ass. Now he claims that this is interesting what he's about to claim, but this does not make sense. Especially since he had 48,000 people underneath him. Even just those figures alone, you think you'd get 6,000 people signed up from your own team. But this is where he contradicts himself.
So then you have United Kingdom, you've got Sweden, Canada, Netherlands, so forth, and it goes around to all the others. And the main thing is sitting with ViDiLOOK, Beta, VAV, and they've got Vend. But Cal, where's the hyper? Where's the hyper? There was how much? Did people just walked away from it?
Yep.
I'm confused. I'm confused. Because remember, you could select not just one, you can select as many as you want. You could have been affected in all five.
Actually, look at those names there. I've been doing these Ponzi schemes for a while. XI France Life, I've never seen that one. Step On, I haven't seen that one. An email address, that's clever. No, I haven't seen half of these ones. So these guys are in deep because all their networks have been involved in every Ponzi scheme that has fallen over. Doesn't that say something?
As I know, Hyper had over 1 million members.
Over 1 million?
Well, I don't know. It's rumored to have so many different things like accounts or, was it multiple accounts or not multiple accounts?
How much we're owed. Obviously, Rory Conacher has never looked up what a Ponzi scheme is.
Or, I don't know the real number. I think there were 1.5 million accounts, but I estimate probably 400,000 members, but I may be completely wrong because we don't have the truth, Cal. That's the point. We don't have the data. So how many members were affected? Now, if we look here, I also wanted to try and get an idea of the values. So 23% are between 1,000 and 5,000. Then you've got 13% sitting at 5 to 10. You've got 10,000 to 25 is 11%, and so on and so on. We've got people here with over 1 million. Look at that. 49 people are owed between $1 million and $5 million.
Wow.
And if I go here, 1,000 people, call it 20%, do not want to give a value yet because I only want to give it later because I believe that value is a very high figure as well. And they don't want that linked to them just yet. So one of the things is, well, are you prepared to, commit to the $15?
Are you commit? Can you commit to $15 because you've lost thousands of dollars? Of course I can, Captain. In the chat room, we've got these leaders are deceiving the community for their selfish means. That was from OK Ken. And then we've got David, who's wrote it. If Roy has 48,000 in ViDiLOOK, why are these people, I think he's missed out the word, not joining this? Because they don't exist.
Got a lot of comments that came.
They always use big figures to bamboozle people. That's how these Ponzi schemes get traction. It's just like We Are All Satoshi. I've been asking Chavez on a Zoom meeting face to face, where did the $260 million advertising budget come from? And he won't answer it. And if he did have that budget, there would be $114 million in the proof of reserve. And there's not. There's only $4.2 million on the proof of reserve, and they can't prove they own the wallet or the whatever it is.
Through. I also have people that say they can't afford it. So, it's not for me to find the $15. What's that, like 2 Big Macs or whatever? Then they must speak to
He would know all about Big Macs. Just saying.
To the upline, or they can maybe fill in the information, say they can't afford it, but then we need to try and find somebody that's made a lot of money that's prepared to sponsor them.
Oh, Brenda Chunda, I call her Brenda Chunga. She brought in, I think it was 640 million. Or you can go to Clayton Ford. He made 300 million. Or you can ask Keith Williams. He's not in really good health at the moment though. Karma caught up with him. He lives in a 3 million mansion. He's got a couple of mil in the bank and also some investments. And Andrew's now looking after his fair because he's unfortunately got stage 4 cancer and is going through his second bout of chemo. He's got what do they call it? Nuclear chemo treatment going on right at the moment. So, yeah, it's a sad affair when your karma catches up with you. Anyway, the messages in the chat room here are coming up, so I'll zoom up while he's talking.
Because going into the courts, Cal, I do not want to do this without the proper funding or the proper organization, the proper audit trails. Everything needs to be done properly. Otherwise, we're wasting my time, everybody else's time, and that's going to cost, So, yeah, here somebody says, oh, just get 10% of your community and then we're done. Sure. But that community has a decision to make, but it's not about my community. It's about all our communities. That's the point, Kel.
Okay.
This isn't for me. This is for everybody.
Okay. You're a good man. No doubt about you, mate.
So
I really think we need to come together.
We really do need to come together because they come together to give you the money. So now they come together to tell people you can't give the money back. Who is this guy? His name's Cal. I want his name. I want his badge. Go to dissect.com. See, this is my website, dissect.com. And there's a form on here called a Contact Us button. You fill out your details in there. I won't share your information with anyone. You can keep it anonymous. It's just your word against mine. And I'll put it all in here. This is my database. Look at the information I've got on Sam Lee. This is fun. I gather a lot of information about Sam Lee. Would you like some cartoons on Sam Lee? This is Summer has commissioned a cartoonist to produce cartoons on Sam. There's a whole video about this, so I won't rave on about it. And it was trying to paint Sam into a good light after being a dirty, disgusting Sammer, because they've even got in here somewhere Scam Lee. But the guy that he got 2 payments, but missing the third, the money that the cartoonist got was actually paid by Gobi. So Gobi is paying Sam Lee's bills. Isn't that ridiculous? What about, do you want to look at Sam's wedding photos? Oh, whoops, I wasn't going to show his child, so we'll get rid of that. That there is Sam Lee's business partner for 4 years. He's the guy that theoretically has Sam wrote 2 checks out for just short of $1 million that bounced, and he reported him to the Dubai, and now Sam can't leave. This is the check that bounced for that works out to, trust me, just short of $1 million. This is the stuff I've got. I even got given Ryan Jew's phone number the other day, and these are all the beautiful photos of Sam Lee, his beautiful bride, and this is Sam. Look at Sam dance. Woo! So this is Sam Lee that Rory and this guy are still not quite sure is a scammer or not. Isn't that just wonderful? Right, let's carry on.
As leaders and have a conversation and see how much of our leaders are willing to go back to their communities as well and, try to push it. Because some people, I could understand some people are tired, some people are fed up, they're frustrated, they don't want to have nothing to do with anything. And all these different things is over and over. People still asking about HyperFunds and all these different things. And from what I understood with the diversal, I don't think that anything to do with Hyper. They just purchased the database or something. I'm not even sure, but people are still hopeful. Some people are still hoping and expecting that something would happen. And then there's a great amount who just distance themselves. They don't want to hear nothing or be part of anything. So I still believe us as leaders, because in my group I have 2, one from Hyper, one from the recent, and I continue to repost the 3, your video link and the Telegram group and the form to fill out, and I continue to repost those messages in those groups. So maybe during the course of this week, I don't know if it's possible, but maybe we can try to come together as leaders, have a discussion, find out if we really want to push this with our people as well. And then as leaders, we can find out how much support we're going to be getting from.
If anyone knows these people's home address, please do submit it and give it to me. I'd love to know where these people live. We did find out where Carl Miller lives, and he lives on a lifestyle property that looks like it's a city dump, which is quite interesting. And we also found out that Carl Miller was on the dole, and he earns gets $738 a fortnight. And that's why he's struggling to pay his gas fees at the moment. So we reported him to Central Link, which is job seekers, and we got his payment slip. That was because we managed to hack into a Zoom meeting and go through his computer and share his documents, would you believe? Crazy, eh? Anyway, any personal details like that, just send them on through to the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. I will use them wisely, I promise.
Our people to try, because as you said, we may get 10,000 signatures and 8,000 might have or be willing to give the 15.
Another message has come in. Rory knows what happened to ViDiLOOK Beta and 2. Let him tell the community the truth instead of deceiving them. Your own chat channel when you're broadcasting this.
Maybe 1,000, 2 or 3 may not want to pay the $15. All understandable, because some people feel like they have lost so much they don't want to lose.
Why are we focusing so much on $15? Why is this conversation keeps on coming up for? Why is it that $15 here? Do I have $15? Do I have $15? Do I have $14.95? Does somebody want to pay $14.95? Does somebody want to pay? You know what I'm saying? Why does it keep coming up?
Even another dollar, even if it's to get the truth. So maybe definitely we may be putting ourselves in a position to have much more than the 10,000, which would be good. But yeah, we should have much more than 10,000. But I still, we may really have to go back to our fellow leaders, have that discussion, and then move from there. Because look, Sam asked for the V5 to come together, and look how many of them came together and is in the group chat. So they're there. So why are they not coming together for this purpose?
Because I used to be an admin there, and then the admin it was removed from me, the admin access. So I haven't been able to post any communication to the V5s there, but maybe that's a situation that we individually as V5 need to reach out to the other V5s.
I used to be the admin as well, and it got stupid. So I threw the towel in, caused a whole lot of havoc, and then left. It was great.
And say, here's your opportunity. But I think some of those V5s,
and I'll tell you about the ViDiLOOK lawsuit group. There was a lady called Susan in there. She had a big community. And do you know why she set up that chat room? That's because that was her way of covering her ass. She knew that she had so many people telling her they want their money back. And she promoted VAV. Susan was her name. And then all of a sudden, she thought, oh, my God. And then she went quiet. And she let everyone else admin the group. It was ridiculous. And she was just trying to cover her ass. This is exactly what Rory and his mate Cal was doing here. They're covering their own asses after promoting so many people into it. As soon as somebody knocks on Rory's door and go, I want my money back or else, he's just going to say, I'm working through the lawsuit at the moment. That's all they're doing. They're idiots.
V5s are scared, Kel, because they're worried now if this goes to court, maybe they have to pay money back or things like that. I think it concerns them. But at the end of the day, this is a criminal matter.
You are them, you idiot. You're one of those people that should be concerned that people are going to come after you, Rory. You've promoted this so much that you've lost $2.8 million. That's what your mate said to me that you lost in HyperVerse.
And it's about, for me, about all those hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people that lives have been absolutely destroyed. And there's no doubt in my mind that we need to get to the bottom of this. And if I look at the performance of what happened with VAV and ViDiLOOK, and what in my interpretation, what happened to the funds, and again, it's my interpretation, there's more to the story and Sam has clearly said that the money is missing, or money is missing. Well,
money's long gone, idiot. It's a bank robbery, and the bank robbers have got away with it. And we don't know who the bank robbers are, and you're going after the wrong people. It's human trafficking. Mafia. You heard of the cartel? Same, different, but this time crypto cartel.
Well, I'm not sitting for 3 months waiting and sitting in hope and going through this whole hyper thing again, where we wait 18 months to go. Now with hyper, I see everything's gone back to hyper community, where there's HBT. So Cal, should we open the floor for some questions from people? And
sure.
Sure. Yeah, let's do that. So if you can just raise your hand. I know for those that are watching on YouTube, you're welcome to just email askroryc@gmail.com. And what we will do, I think, Kel, is those V5s or leaders, I'll create specific meetings for leaders. And maybe we have 3 meetings next week where we share the leaders meeting. And if you've got over a certain amount, like the leaders we know, and let the leaders come on, and we maybe manage the leaders coming on, because a lot of people want to jump on a call. And with respect, when we say leaders, this means you've got quite a large community. So because at the end of the day, they're the ones that will need to get the message. So large community, Kel, maybe it's 500 or more, or 100 or more, or whatever we decide the number is. But I've got a limit. So right now I see Pastor Alex has raised his hand.
Why is there religious people involved in Ponzi schemes?
Ask a question. Anybody else, please raise your hand.
Did they not know in the Bible it says that it's harder for a rich man to go through the eye of a needle, than for him to enter the kingdom of God? And now you've got these guys, what do they call it? Pastors investing their money in Ponzi schemes. Unreal.
And so that I can find you on the group.
Thank you, Mr. Rory.
You're wonderful.
Carl, honestly, your commitment has proven a track record that have never been seen in the MLM industry.
Oh.
I have never...
The love of money is the root of all evilness. This is what this guy stands up on the pedestal and preaches on a Sunday morning, and now he's blowing steam up Rory's ass, saying the love, the effort, the energy that you're putting in is just amazing.
I've seen such kind of commitment on an individual who feels for people. I'm talking from a stewardship perspective. I am a servant of God.
I am a servant.
We care for those who are
I'm a servant of Satan. Sorry to anyone that has a religious belief. I was brought up in a religious cult, got kicked out of it when at the age of 23. 2 people in my immediate family died by suicide because they couldn't live up to the expectations of that same religious cult. So unfortunately, I don't have any beliefs at the moment. And yes, I do have a bit of an axe to grind when it comes to religion. So anyone that sits here as a minister and decides that they are going to try doing things in the name of God and also run Ponzi schemes and scam people just doesn't sit very well with me. Hence why I do this YouTube channel, because I think there's a real parallel with religion and Ponzi schemes. Just in case you want to know my whole story.
Opportunity came to us in Uganda here. People were happy that if they can be able to manage the $50 gift given to them, within the next 3 months, they can start selling granite on the road.
Yes.
Eventually, what was happiness to a community has turned to a shame, has turned to pain.
Hey, my chat room's starting to liven up now. We have Jim, who's just donated me $2. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. We've got Rob Woolley, which I just showed you his videos. And am I the only one that doesn't sleep at this time of night? And also we have Good Life by Vision Team. I've given up my Netflix account. This is much more entertaining. Thank you. Right. We're into this now. 16 people in the chat room.
I'm not happy about what has happened.
You're not happy,
but I want
mate.
to make mention about the leaders.
Leaders.
All of us came from the hyper community into this very platform.
Yeah. Did you not learn?
And in one of the occasions, when Sam Lee was trying to bring the community of HyperVerse together, being moderated by Susan Lawrence.
Oh, Susan Lawrence. That's Des Amy's sidekick. Just did a video about her a wee while ago. I'll see if I can find it while he's talking in the background in this black picture to give you something better to look at.
The first meeting, there was no opportunity to ask him questions. And I inboxed Susan Lawrence. I said, please, open up. Let us ask Sam Lee some questions. Can he explain his divorce with HyperVerse?
Yeah, good question.
He said that he wasn't part of the management, but he was the express image of the hyper community. And in that question, I asked him,
happened to Des Amy? Oh, shut up, Danny. And what about...
Number 2, are you Father Christmas? Because the community of HyperVerse at our heart is very
he Father Christmas?
And you say they're going to make us whole. All of a sudden, he brought in another project, ViDiLOOK. Every wise person know that ViDiLOOK belongs to Sam Lee from day one. Because when intelligent people are talking, intelligent people are reasoning. We may not have financial capacity, but God has given us wisdom to know the truth. I want to say,
Susan Lawrence,
it will be a shame and the thing that God will hold us accountable. Should we allow this to continue? $25 means a lot for people in my community here in Uganda.
Yeah.
Uganda.
That one star package was reduced to $25, and then people who cannot afford $50 went and put $25, and that was the end of it.
Okay.
I am going to write to of my VIP leaders who brought me into HyperVerse and brought me into HyperFund. Okay. I mean, into ViDiLOOK. And I asked them, are you sure? Because your quietness on what happened to us on HyperVerse does not justify me coming into ViDiLOOK on your recommendation. They said, no, this will be okay. I am going to talk to those two VIP who represent the African community, though they are UK citizens. If they have been compromised.
I love that one.
Because I know it is easy for Sam Lee to give people $100,000. Say, keep quiet on this thing.
Shut up, mister. Hey, yeah, I love this one. Please stop using the term leaders. No one is a leader. They're just people that manage to sign up a few people.
Let's deal with these fools. But anybody that is compromised in any way, the spirit of the poor who lost the money, we haunt them and their generation forever and ever.
Haunt them.
I want to give you one word.
One word.
Never give up an assignment that you believe in.
Okay. Don't give
Many
up on God.
Majority does not speak the truth. Sometimes democracy does not justify good leadership.
Hallelujah.
But the course you have been taking, I will not be surprised that you have not been called through agents to compromise and see what do you want and you drop.
Rob in the chat, my chat, not their chat, just said that how come God didn't make this work for everybody, eh? All those orphanages are going to miss out now.
This case. But if you do it, you have betrayed God, because what you are doing is service to God and to community. I also want to appreciate my brother from Trinidad and Tobago, Kacha. Honestly, I know how
change the record, mate.
Specifically by ViDiLOOK. I don't have cash now because I'm forced to refund those who I brought into this thing. Eventually, we started working on this very project in April and then got stopped. I have to maintain myself. I have to keep my integrity. I have to maintain my ministry. It has brought me into a shit that I cannot afford some certain things that are basic necessities. We will not give up on these very stupid things this guy is doing. We must stop him. Look, we have blood. Africans are not deaf. We are not stupid that everybody will just come and play with us as if the black mind is blackness.
He's not
as
stupid.
Long as I'm concerned, none of them will get free from it. But any leader who got compromised for whatever reason, his grandchildren will pay the price of their attitude. So I want to encourage you. Don't ever throw away this effort after many months of labor. Okay. I heard you saying in anger, but I want to say there is no way we will not pursue this case to the end of it. Okay. Please, whether there is money or no money,
I'm just going to share my video to the masses.
But community wins case. Kindly keep this track going. I believe that we must get justice. We don't say anybody's guilty, but if anybody is compromised among our leaders, the judgment will face him and his family.
That's scary.
And for those who know how to tell the world that they have done due diligence, they have searched the company, they have tracked the records, they have looked at the financial records, they have worked with financial conduct authorities here and there. Yet they could not even.
And Judas took his 30 pieces of silver and invested in HyperChrist and 3 times his money, and it was good.
Not facing what is concerned to the community.
Good one, Rob.
It's a shame. It's a shame. We have to speak out to this nonsense thing that have happened.
Okay.
We will not compromise on that.
Okay.
If I have the money to put 70% of the cost, I will pay it to make sure we stop this guy from doing that silly thing. It's a shame.
Let's get some more
Alex,
people in here. Eh?
So from my side, the reason I'm doing this because it's the right thing to do, number one, and I do feel I have the hand of God with me to get to the truth.
You do?
Whether you believe in God or not, you know,
I don't.
A lot of people don't, or some do, but I know this is the right thing, and I've been given this.
This is where it gets really sick. I accidentally watched this beforehand, but Rory thinks he's the hallelujah, hallelujah. He's the Messiah. He's going to lead them out of the desert.
Strength to take this on, because I didn't put my hand up very, you know what I'm saying? It's to put your neck out there is very difficult, but I can do this with the strength of the community behind me. You understand? If the community is behind me, we can do this. But if we don't have the community, then it's not fair for me to do it alone.
Hey, read the comments that we've got. I'm not going to try reading them. I'm dyslexic. That's why I always read them like, stop using. Right, here we go. So we've got hallelujah, amen, pastor. And it said, please hurry up. This is not a sermon. I agree, blah, blah, blah. Enough. Get them off. Can't believe. Anyway, that's the question and answer period. That's just one of them. There's a few more to come yet.
And we have a lot of people that can join this initiative, that can make.
On the seventh day, Sam counted his money, shut down the website and rested.
The change. And we got 6,000 people. You know, that means that everybody that's in already just needs to get one more person, less than one person.
One more person.
And we've reached the number that we've reached.
Oh, this is like multi-level marketing.
I don't think we've even scratched the surface, because if I go back and I look at the form, no one from Hyper has filled in the form. And we've got 500,000 or whatever the number is, 400,000 people that have been affected that are not even aware.
That's one interesting point. Rory, on his first video, said they had 300,000 people involved in HyperVerse or HyperNation. And now he's come out and said 400,000. And now he's saying it all depends who you're listening to. It could be 1.5 million. But then Sam Lee, his hero, has said there's 2 million people involved in HyperVerse. Now, if you just get 1.5 million people and they all invest the minimum $300, that's a $4 billion scam. But he's telling us that not one HyperVerse person has put their name down on his list for them to be the Messiah that leads them out of the wilderness. So what is all this bullshit all about?
Where that we are doing this. So my plea is to share the information so that people have a choice. It's all about people having the choice of what they want to do. And each member has the choice. And it's up to the communities to talk together and participate. And I know that with the numbers, we will get there to 10,000 that can afford $15. And if I have a look at how people are throwing money into Vend, how can they throw $50 into something like Vend and not want to support $15 to actually get to the truth on how much money they might have already
God
lost?
said unto Rory, go forth to the mountain, and there ye shall hire a lawyer and strike down Sam with lightning and a bad batch of myrrh.
I think the next person.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Milan, if you can unmute yourself, please.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard that, but it's worthy of saying again. Rob's must be up late because he's a Kiwi and it's like 2:00 in the morning.
God said unto Rory, go forth to the mountain, and there ye shall hire a lawyer and strike down Sam with lightning and a bad batch of myrrh.
Yes, hi, good evening, Rory. I really like your idea. And I have already filled the Google form to support your case. I do represent Nepalese community. We have lots of thousands and millions of dollars we put it in HyperVerse. And none of the leaders created this idea of fighting against HyperVerse or HyperNations or whatever. So we have more than 20 VIP 5 leaders, and no one has this idea. So is there any chance, I'm going to organize a meeting, is there any chance you can come and brief about your idea about this thing?
Quite a few days
in there, do that. I'm so happy to do that. And for those that are asking that question, when do we pay the $15? I don't want the $15 now. Only when we launch the website, I'm going to make it as easy as possible for everybody to pay. So there's no money to pay right now. I just need the commitment. And yes, you're right, over 50 VIPs. We need to get that message out to the people now. This is the chance. This is the chance.
Giddy up.
Where we can actually now bring it all together. This is the chance. Because if we miss this,
Hey, remember, Rob's on fire today. Only invest money you can afford to lose.
I don't think we're going to be able to pull it through in the future. This is the one chance that we've got to do now, because we've got the evidence, in my opinion, and other people's opinion.
Hey, Rory, if you want Ryan Jew's phone number, let me know. I got given it the other day, and I also have Sam's home address.
Go and get the truth.
Remember, I started this journey 2 years ago. I've been chasing these crooks longer than you have. You're only turned goody-goody, well, potentially goody-goody, just a month ago.
We've got the evidence that's going to start unpacking this whole mess and going to the people that need to start answering questions that should have been answered a long time ago.
You're going to take on the Chinese mafia? Or, bro, it's a bit dangerous. Are you going to be okay?
And now that if we...
Oh, bloody Zoom. You can say, hey, have you got a stutter, Rory? Because I know a guy that can help you with that, with his Maguire program. He can help you get out of that stutter. It's all right. I've been practicing.
There's a force.
Ooh. Come on. Use your words. Speak. Don't make me speak for you.
I cannot see 10,000 people's voice.
Rory, hurry up. Get your words out.
Anything else you want to say? I don't know if it's my internet or your internet. Can you hear me, Milan?
Yeah.
Have you not paid your internet bill?
Yes, I can hear you. No, there was a bit disruption somewhere. Maybe yours are. So how can I contact you? Can I get your contact?
Have you not been watching for the last hour and a half? He's got an email address, askroryc@gmail.com.
Yes, please.
Yes. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm in the chat before I close. I'm going to put...
You won't like the words in the chat, mate. Not many people like you in your chat. And it's really strange that you've got 6,000 people who are willing to give you $15 each, and you've only had 1,000 people look at your video, Rory. What's that all about?
Put the links of the groups for the Telegram and the links of the group for the form, and so that people can come together there. And then I will also put my email address that I'm asking people to help.
AskRoryC@gmail.com.
And then I'll put my contact details here as well. But please understand, for all the people that are on the call, if you're messaging me directly...
Did you know Rory lives at home with his mummy? Mummy? He calls him Mammy. Mammy. His mammy? He lives at home with his mummy.
I can't respond to everybody. That's why I'm trying to coordinate the effort. But yes, you're welcome to reach out to me because you're representing such a big community. Let's coordinate those efforts together. I'd really appreciate that.
Thank you, Rory. I'm already in your Telegram group. I will get your contacts.
Do you think he was staged? Because remember how they've done all these leadership meetings with HyperVerse, and you'd get the same people every week coming in and offering the... I reckon these are all staged actors. This is actually used to be Stephen Reese Lewis. Stephen Reese Lewis.
From there, then. Thank you very much.
Just direct message me there. That would be great.
Thank you.
Right. Jimmy.
Next stage actor in. Cue the elephants. Let's see if we've got a sound for that. Oh, he dropped his glass on the way in.
Hi, I'm from the UK, and good evening to everyone. My primary thing is why? Well, firstly, do you have the contact details of, say, 10 of the leaders? Because
good question. Oh, we better not give out their privacy.
Most of the leaders have, numbers in excess of, I don't know, a couple of thousand, 3,000-4,000 individuals under them in their downline. So my thing is, if you have 10 people, 10 leaders with those sort of numbers who you can communicate with, and as Kellett suggested,
he has 200 leaders, he said in his previous video. 200 leaders he had a database from HyperVerse. It'd be interesting to say if he comes up with the same 200 number.
Get those together and somehow get across, impress upon them how important it is to get this case done. I think that's the way to go, because at the moment there seem to be either skepticism from people I've heard, but they're skeptical about the outcome and the process, or they don't think anything can be done. They're convinced that nothing can be done, and therefore, why bother? Let's try and jump on the next bandwagon and be the first on that one, so that we're not affected. So, because the numbers you're talking about in ViDiLOOK alone, the numbers on HyperVerse, and no one on HyperVerse have heard that there's possibly a case of recouping the.
Okay, so just in case you didn't get my last message, this is Sam Lee telling, I can't say his name, but this was the last guy that was trying to get a petition together to get everyone to sign a petition to take Sam Lee to court. And Sam Lee's in here saying, I didn't do anything. And he would sign the petition. He never signed the petition. Anyway, this is the petition, and we've got 1,800 people signed it. That took 9 months. Rory reckons he's got 6,000 people who are willing to pay $15. All they have to do is fill out their name here and their email address, their postal address, whatever it is, send that off, and that would be 1,800 people. Now, Rory reckons he's got 6,000 people that filled out a form saying that they are going to pay him $15 each. What a load of rubbish. Absolutely rubbish, rubbish, rubbish. Anyway, watch that video if you want. Anyway, back to you, mate.
The funds they've put in, and they're not moved by that.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing would be, to get the numbers, would be going for leaders who we know are large. I presume you guys have access to that sort of data that you can look at, and it wouldn't be a contravention of any legalities to approach them or contact them or reach out to them and say, this is what we have. Are you prepared to support us in any way? And encourage whatever needs to be done to get them on board and to reach out to their downline, because they've benefited from those people in the downline. When they've signed someone up, they've benefited in some way, and irrespective of whether they paid anyone back or not. I would have thought they owe their people to probably get to the truth, and so that because it will happen again.
It's going to happen again, and we've got to. So, Jimmy, just to let you know, within ViDiLOOK, I've let the key leaders know that basically represents the whole ViDiLOOK community. All right.
Okay.
Whether they've shared it or not, you've seen Kel come on. There's some other leaders that are jumping on board to make a difference. But the other leaders, I have communicated the information. But if they haven't taken action, it's for their community to ask them those questions, not for me. You understand? So the members should be saying, hang on, why are you not supporting this initiative? Why are you not doing this? You know, what happened to my money? Or if you're not going to, I think as the leaders, it's those leaders that want to take action and really want to look after the communities. There's different ways of doing it. Some people just say, well, look, I'm going to try and get a better opportunity for them. Some people's leaders say, well, they knew the risks from the beginning. I think we're sitting with some very unique circumstances, and I believe I want to get to the truth for myself and for my people and all people, because I cannot sleep at night knowing the damage and destruction this has done to lives all over the world, and particularly in my country. And you know, we have a 57% unemployment rate.
Oh my God!
And the fact that this program has
you should be a politician.
Stolen $25 or $50 or $100, like Pastor Alex said, it has decimated his community.
Praise the Lord!
And there was all this hope and positiveness, and now it's decimated. And I think it's an absolute crime that we can't get to the truth and protect those that are the most desperate in need, because times are going to get very tough, Jimmy, in this whole change of world that we're about to.
But people only invested money that they were prepared to lose, because you told them that when you were doing those presentations over and over again, Rory. You said, do not invest money that you're not prepared to lose. That's what he said to everyone around him. And he read out that disclaimer at the start, which if you go back to the presentations of those meetings, you read those disclaimers, you ain't got a snowball's chance in hell to get your money back. And this was not financial advice that they were giving you, because they are not regulated financial advisors. And this was not investment opportunity, and you should not judge the performance. I've forgotten how it goes, but you get what I'm going at. That these guys read that disclaimer out over and over again, and they truly believed that you could get 3% of your money back if you just invested a small amount of $300. And then they said, if you really want to make big, recruit people. And look, he's got a team underneath him of 48,000 people that he recruited. And he claims that he's now got 6,000 people in here. I don't believe any of the figures that he's thrown out of him. So he's got, get this, he's got 6,000 people who have come forward to him wanting to pay him $15 to do a class action lawsuit with a guy that he doesn't even believe is guilty. And only one person had come from HyperVerse, which I'm alleging it's probably him anyway. So what sort of stats is this guy using, and what is he doing? He's building a community. He's trying to get a community of people. He's trying to save his own ass. And he believes he's a savior. He's already had a parish come on here and pat his tummy.
To go through. And I do believe that jobs are going to be a challenge. And my personal goal that I have is for my country is to try and find projects where we can build passive income for 1 million people in my country. Because I believe technology and everything is going to change so rapidly that we need this to be able to move forward and have something to fall.
We need Ponzi schemes to save the world is what he's basically saying.
Back on. That would be my ultimate dream to do. But it's really up to the community to go and speak to those leaders. What I am going to do, Jimmy, just so that you know, I know of the Hyper5 leaders, V5 leaders. I've sent to 1 or 2 of them. But what I'm going to do is reach out to them with this recording and saying, please,
a new one.
We don't have anybody in the V5 at this point. Is this something you want to do, or is this something you don't want to do? But the truth of it, it will come from the members that sit underneath that person saying, hey, why are you not supporting this initiative? Or
only if the members are aware. I think only if the members are aware.
We have enough in our community to share this message between us.
Yeah. The only thing I would say, I've heard that said before, that people know the risk. I don't think that's a correct statement, because we were categorically told, you do this, we will do this.
Exactly.
We've costed, this program is a costed program. We're already being paid by a company for watching these adverts. That's what we were told. That's a contract. You've said, we will pay you X amount if you watch these, and we'll pay you daily. It's smart contracts, it's secure, and all the things which were said. Now, if that was all untrue, or they said we can no longer pay you because we can't afford it, then what happened to the costing and the profit and loss, and where's the money? How did you come by the figure that you can pay us 2%, 3%, and how did you come by that? Is it something you're just taking out of the air, or was it something that's costed?
Jimmy, this is why we've got to get to the truth. Now, the model that was, maybe they only explained 80% of it to us, but what about the 20%? They didn't highlight the risks properly for us, you understand? And I mean, I look at the original terms. In the beginning, the terms they said there very clearly, there was no age restriction. Then there wasn't, then people signed up their children. Then they had to not sign up their children. Then it was 12 years old. Then it was 18 years old. But nothing was in the terms and conditions or expressly stated those particular things, you know, at that point in time. Or it was very, you know, so that's why for me the videotapes are important, because that's going to be key part of the evidence to say this is what was stated and this is what wasn't stated. And that's, at the end of the day, who is accountable here? Who is accountable? And to be honest, as a leader, let's say, my mission is to help my people make passive income, okay, or find an ability to turn their life. I'm not a financial advisor, and every person must take their own risks. But when you take risks when you're not properly informed, okay, and we were
that's the problem.
We were misinformed, in my opinion. Yeah. That's my opinion. I may be wrong, but that's for the courts to decide as well. Was sufficient information given when we were told, put your money in and 8 hours later, you will get your capital back? Is that sufficient information to be able to say that? You know, is that
there was a specific
contract? That's a contract. If I say to you, you give me $100 and I'm going to, I guarantee you.
You go, Roy.
And the words used at that time is, you can call me Scam Lee if I don't. That's were his words. You call me Scam Lee if you don't. Well, then we need to call Sam Scam Lee, because none of us have received our money yet. And again, I'm not trying to gang up against Sam. There could be a lot more people involved.
Hedge your bets,
a lot
Rory.
More people.
Hedge your bets.
But the bottom line is the community's hurt. We don't have the answers. We've got Sam going after Garrett. We have got Garrett that doesn't want to speak to Sam. And there's this huge community sitting between a ping pong ball game. And I don't want to wait another 6 months to get to the truth of what's happened.
But when I went into Valve Plan, I didn't see anyone else. I saw Mr. Lee. I didn't see anyone else encouraging me to put my money in or guaranteeing anything. I saw Mr. Lee doing it, and I made the commitment based on his encouragement, based on his saying I would guarantee a repayment of this. That's how I went into it.
He stated he's a very, everyone states he's a billionaire or a wealthy guy. So he's putting his own money behind it. And if you have a look here.
So, Rory, do you believe that Sam Lee is a billionaire now? Or do you think he lied about that? Oh, sorry. Billionaire. So, are you still certain that Sam's not a scammer? Because I've got a chat message that I chatted to Sam for 3.5 hours on saying that Sam Lee isn't a billionaire. And Sam Lee agreed he's not a billionaire. Now, you still think he is?
Is if you go and ask Chavez what Chavez has stated, that money, when Sam told the people to pull the money out of We Are All Satoshi, which collapsed We Are Satoshi by $7 million.
Wow.
And if you ask Chavez what his view was, or what, not when you ask him, what he stated already, he said that encouragement collapsed what was a very successful and on-track program. And that is why I want to give him the benefit, meaning Chavez, the benefit of the doubt to help the community that is lost.
Oh my God, can't believe he says that. So if you've just seen what I've been doing on the screen, I've been sharing Rob Worley's videos, and he's in the chat room at the moment at 2 o'clock in the morning. He's just dedicated with this bullshit as much as me. And now he wants to give Chavez the benefit of the doubt. Now, Chavez is just scamming everyone. We don't even know his last name. The fact that he says this is just ridiculous. Hey, while he's talking, I'm also going to show you some of the comments in his own YouTube stream so you can read them as they're going along.
Lost so much. And I do know that himself and Gobi are working very closely with Tammy to try and give something back to the
all in bed together.
Community that has been damaged. And I think we don't have all the answers yet. But I do want to sit with Chavez and say, Chavez, what can we do for the people?
Oh, my God.
What can we do for the people that are
They're all in bed together. They can't help themselves.
And can we not help them out for a minor? Maybe there's...
I mean, Tammy Jackson, for God's sake, Chavez is going to pull you out of the cauldrons of the fire with your pastor there. I mean, really, are you talking about promoting more of these Ponzi schemes? When do you not learn enough is enough? You're trying to claim that you're going to take... 5 weeks ago, Sam Lee owned We Are All Satoshi. And now you're going to carry on promoting his Ponzi scheme and also do a class action lawsuit against someone who started up a Ponzi scheme that you're now promoting because it's had a change of ownerships. Really?
An opportunity if you contribute to the lawsuit, maybe there's something Chavez can do for the community that wants to get to the truth. Because let's keep this in mind.
Rob just said he wants to get drunk with Sam Lee. I do too, as long as he's paying for the drinks.
That call to action from Sam to take all the money out of We Are Satoshi, because the idea was take the money out and put the money back in, but we never got the money to put.
No. Where did you hear that from, Rory? Are you saying that all the money was taken out of We Are Satoshi? Because Chavez, your new hero, has telling us that no one lost any money, and he said all the money's safe in the vault of the vault of reserve thing. So where did you get that from?
Put back in because it never got paid back to us as promised. And that's just one example. So I want to get to the truth. But thank you very much, Jimmy.
I want to get to the truth.
Let's give somebody else an opportunity. If there's anything else, please hit me up for contact details. Let's do this as a community. I'm very serious about getting to the truth. Anybody else?
Patrick.
Who is that guy, Cal? I want to know everything about him. Go to my website. It's not rocket science. Go to my website, click on the Contact Us button. Any information about that guy, give it to me. I want to put him in my database. Have you seen my database? Oh, hi, Sam. My database. Sam Lee. I have profiles on everyone. That's the cartoons. Persons of interest that I'm currently investigating. Here they all are. Wonder if we can find Carl Miller. He's in here somewhere. He's my favourite at the moment. There's Carl. Here's look at Carl. We have found out where Carl lives. It's going to load up. Do I have to click twice? So this is Carl Dundee. So we've got Carl laughing. We've got Carl dressed up as Nick Dundee. We've got Carl in his bike. And I think somewhere down here, I think we've found his home address, which I think I've got a map here now. I think I've upgraded him. Oh, no, I haven't bothered to put the map in yet. Let's have a look where Carl lives. Just, he lives in Wee Kukapuku, wherever that is. Let's have a look. Oh, that's Sam Lee. We'll leave that one there. Might need that later. Let's have a look and see if we can find out where Carl lives. Carl lives there. Okay, that's where Carl lives. And this is where his house is. Whoops. Oh, I just ruined that, didn't I? Okay, let's try that again. There's Carl's house. Now we'll try to go into the right layers. Satellite view. There it is. It's Carl's house. Beautiful house. This is where Carl lives. Now, Carl's on the dole, and he's getting the benefit. He gets $738 a fortnight from the Australian government. He's been promoting scam after scam. He reckons he's asset rich but cash poor is what he said today. But if you wanted to find where's Wally or where's Carl, I mean, look at this. This is where Carl lives. And this is the guy that's running back-to-back. He's probably live now running, question and answer sessions for We Are All Satoshi. That's where he lives. Anyway, so who's this guy? Give me information about him. Where does he live?
There's Patrick. Thank you. Patrick, can you unmute yourself?
Go, Patrick.
I'm going to make you co-host, I think, Kel. If I can find you, because I can't see too many screens at the moment. So maybe you can help.
Where's mine?
You co-host now.
This guy looks like he's just stolen a car.
I see we got 4 hands up, so I'm trying to find where those hands are.
4 hands up.
Can you find them?
We have Patrick is next.
Okay.
I think the other hands just remain
the guy...
So Patrick, you can...
He's wearing a G-Shock watch.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, Patrick, go ahead. We can hear you, my friend.
I can hear him.
Yes, good afternoon. Rory, I applaud your courage and your effort, and I do hope that we reap benefit. I am calling from small island in the Caribbean, Antigua, and I have been in the hyper group all the way down to ViDiLOOK beta to ViDiLOOK 2.0. Mm-hmm. And I made a commitment that I am not going to go into, as long as Sam Lee has a program going, I will not be a part of it. Now I should say Sam Lee, Scam Lee. One friend of mine call him Scam Lie. Scam Lie. As long as Scam Lie has a program, I will not be a part of it. And it hurts me to see so many people who have been hurt are running behind him with Ven. It hurts me, right? And if he calls a meeting, I'm sure he'll get more than 100 people. And here we are calling a meeting so that we can all be made whole. And we can hardly get people.
Funny, the guy that's talking, I'm sure it's the same guy that's messaged me in the past, but he said Scam Lee's name should actually be Scam Lies. Sure it's the same guy.
It is a shame. But I just want to make a suggestion to you, Rory. The many leaders out there, you probably would know a lot of them, but if you can guarantee them that you will not make mention of their names, get them to work with their community to get them to sign up.
Let's have a read in the comments why this guy's got no
but
picture.
If they don't want to remain anonymous. If they want to remain anonymous, they can.
Oh, great.
That's and I hope that will maybe...
People say that to me all the time. I'll give you all the information you want, but I just want to remain anonymous and you do all the work for me. Okay.
Encourage them to get there.
Those people just need to show me money. Give me love. give me love in my chat room if you want to help me. I've got no money and I've never invested in a Ponzi scheme, so I'm never going to be rich.
Community to sign up for the lawsuit, because I guess some of them maybe are afraid of, they don't want their name to be out there.
Oh yeah.
So if you can strike a deal with them,
they had their
you
hand
would know
out.
a lot of them. You may not know all of them, but
that's the thing, is they had their hand out. Now they don't want to be named and shamed. That's what I do.
if you can strike a deal with them, look, I'm not going to mention you, but we just need the help, and it's for the benefit of the let's say the grassroots people, the poor people who are suffering.
Correct.
They may have already made back their money, or
Patrick
we don't know.
S7
Just assuming.
hasn't finished
but
yet.
Whether or not, think about the people that is below you, the people who you went to, the people who you talk to sign up under you, to push you up.
Yeah, I think they've done that.
Think about them.
They're thinking about them.
Many people are suffering today.
Yep.
Many people are suffering all over the world.
Next.
I don't think we should be struggling like this to get 10,000 people. Honestly, I don't think we should be. We should not be struggling to get 10,000 people.
Get them off. He's too hidden.
We should be getting way more than 10,000 people.
Dinosaurs.
Because
the minimum is 10,000, Patrick. If we get 50,000 people that want to, fantastic. Now we can even more focus on this attention.
Yeah, I know.
The more the better, but 10,000 is the starting
that'd be
point,
just short of $1 million.
A very fair number in a big international case like this.
Right. But I hope we get there, because we are struggling, but we seem to be getting there. I do hope that with a little bit more publicity and some more meetings and encouragement, we can get there soon. I think we're going to get there. I believe we're going to get there.
I believe we're going to get there. Look, in the start was slow, but now we're starting to get more and more.
Liar. You haven't got 6,000 people, Rory. Prove it.
To ask the questions and communicate on whatever platforms you're on, and say, hey guys, if you were affected on any one of these programs, why don't you join this initiative? I'm not in all your groups. You must know people that you've seen, and you've got the contact information. Share it. And if they never to do anything,
Patrick,
then they mustn't complain. They mustn't say, oh well, for the next 10 years.
How much thought do you really reckon Patrick put into his username?
Their life, they talk about that opportunity, because now's the opportunity.
Hey Rob, are you going to fire up the Zoom and go into the We Are Satoshi meeting? I know you want to. I'm just going to duck away for a minute. Won't be a minute.
We've given the benefit of the doubt to everybody. I'm talking Sam and everybody. Sam is saying he's going to get answers for us, but Sam is driving that initiative. To find the truth, you've got two parties and they each have a different story, and somewhere in the middle there's the truth of what's happened. And we need to get that.
There has to be a truth. But I have some folks that I need to I've spoken to them already for them to fill out the form. Fill out the form. And I'm going to work on them. So we have a couple more people coming in, so that will help to boost the number. It's not really much, but they say one full basket, right?
Yeah, so it's really very little information to confirm the that you want to participate. And I have put the Telegram group and I have put the Google form into the chat for those people that want to copy that and share that out. And I will record share the recording of the Zoom on my chats. And what I haven't done is ask people to register their email addresses here. But if you go to Rory Conacher YouTube channel, that was on that meeting notice, you'll see the recording is there to share should you want to. Patrick, thanks for your input. There was Crypto Queen and then Mark Ofterbrow. So Crypto Queen, are you still got your hand up or have you gone?
Really? Crypto Queen, that's my username.
Okay, let's go to Mark Ofterbrow.
Rory, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mark. Go ahead, please.
Rory, first of all, thanks very much for all you're doing. But I sent through a video to you of a testimony, which was very, very powerful. When you have your meeting with your V5s, please feel free to use that testimony if it will help you in any way. And whilst we've got everyone on the Zoom, maybe there's somebody else who's got either testimonies or something that might assist you with your V5s.
What a great idea.
Absolutely. And any materials that we've got for any evidence as well, Mark. So any material, any evidence that we transfer, I'm wanting to please send a link or something that I can download that we can start putting. Because what I want to do, Mark, is a timeline going back to when Hyper was initially launched and creating a calendar of events every single day with any supporting information that we've got all the way through to now. And there's a lot of information that's been deleted, but I know there's a lot of the community have saved a lot of the information as well. So we want to have there's probably 5,000 hours worth of research and timing and everything we got to do, but we will get the necessary parties to assist us or move through it. So thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Do you agree with the initiative, Mark, of what we're doing?
Of course he does.
Very much so.
He's a paid actor.
As you say, I'm in the same country as you, and I've actually seen it destroy people. So much so I've had a couple of people wanting to take their lives.
Exactly, Mark. And I think that's around the world as well. And I listened to Pastor Alex as well and the pain of his community, because it's all relative, the amount of money to people as well. And just firsthand, this has destroyed so many lives, and we cannot, in my opinion.
Seriously, folks, when I was in the New York Times, an organisation reached out to me telling me that they were following just one Ponzi scheme and 11 people died by suicide from the effects that Ponzi scheme had on them. So people like who promote these Ponzi schemes, that's why I'm after them, because I believe the blood's on their hands.
And let the community get abused anymore. So thank you, Mark. Is there anything else before I ask Crypto Queen?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. Crypto Queen?
The Queen. You know what I will be doing this week, Rory? I'm going to make a commitment to reach out to my leaders who in my team, both in ViDiLOOK and in Hyper, because that's the two projects that I pushed among my community. And I'm going to reach out to my leaders. I'm going to also be asking them to contribute $100 towards this. And I'm going to reach out to other leaders who I'm connected to, but were not a part of my network, to do the same thing. Because
can you shut that guy up?
This needs to become a priority. I personally believe that
it's only been like 18 months and it needs to be a priority now.
This initiative needs to become a priority for us, for people. And so, as you said, we don't want to be going 6 months, 12 months. We don't want that. We want a swift approach to this, and we can get over it, because it's going to be, for some people, it's going to be reliving the pain of I lost this, I did this. People, I mean,
you guys are just going to be awesome at this.
It's just ridiculous. So this week I'm going to do that. And as I said, we can probably have a leaders meeting for those who really...
I mean, are people really searching for the truth? Do they really want to figure out what happened? I mean, they got scammed. It's not the hex science. Huh? It's not rocket science, it's the hex science.
We want to support, even if it's privately, but at least they can, because I'm almost certain all these leaders would have their group chats and stuff still in place. At least share the information among your team so that they could become sensitized and know about what is taking place. People should not be asking what is going on with withdrawals at this stage, even from Hyper and still ViDiLOOK. So I'm gonna make this week a priority to reach out to leaders who I know had reached certain ranks and they were doing successful to help add a little more value than we are doing right now, to get this pushing a little faster.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Thanks, mate.
Well, let's listen to Crypto Queen. She's patiently waited there with her hand up. And I see she's unmuted. So, Crypto Queen?
Yes. Hello. Good evening.
I wonder if it's the real Crypto Queen that took off all the money, because Rory would know her, because Crypto Queen used to be OneCoin, didn't she, eh? Hey?
I just really wanted to add to what everybody else is saying. And really, I'm actually quite disappointed
Okay, that's a bit good. I'm listening.
And the reason why I'm disappointed is because the VIP 5, and in fact, VIP 2, 3, 4, 5 are responsible for letting their teams know, basically, that we've got the lawsuit going. It's not just to the VIP 5s, because...
Let me guess, you're a VIP 5? I'm just saying.
The VIP... from VIP 1 up to 5 brought people in. Do you understand? So it's not just the responsibility of the VIP 5s to be telling people what's going on.
That's right. That's right. And even the people that just passively got involved, they're not guilty. They just gave people money. It made the VIP 1s, 2 and 3 and 4s richer. So they're 1, 2 and 3 and 4 are all naughty people.
I mean, come on. We all are responsible for bringing people in.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone made a choice for themselves, but at the end of the day, we ourselves introduced it to the individual person, because they wouldn't have known about it otherwise, would they?
No.
Because, it's not that we didn't advertise or go on a billboard.
No, we just told our friends and family.
I mean, we've got a responsibility here.
Yeah.
To let people know what's going on. Yeah. And for people to still asking, oh, can I withdraw? Oh, can I withdraw from ViDiLOOK? Oh, can I withdraw from VAP? I mean, it's crazy.
Crazy. Because no one said anything of substance in this whole meeting. It's a bit of a drag, really. I should have gone to bed ages ago. But we've only got about a minute to go. 3 minutes.
Yeah.
We should be reaching at least 60,000 people, the amount of people that are actually in Hyper that suffered.
It's like, well, you should have gone straight after this lawsuit when Hyper crashed rather than following 5 other Ponzi schemes down the same path, really, eh?
HyperFund, HyperVerse. I signed up when I was in HyperFund.
HyperTech, HyperCapital, HyperFund, HyperVerse, HyperNation, HyperCosmos, HyperPlanet, and now we've got Diverso.
Right? HyperVerse, HyperNation, HyperCosmo, come on. There's so many people out there that's lost their money.
Yeah.
We can't be sitting on... A lot of people are sitting on the fence. The leaders are sitting on the fence. Yeah. And they're not doing anything.
I know, Mildred.
Because they're scared. They don't want their name
but Corey's
out there.
Here. Corey's going to do it all.
I mean, come on.
Corey.
Be selfish.
He's going to pull his finger out.
Rory, I have to run, my friend. Meeting after the other meeting started in 10 minutes. I think this meeting was really, really productive. Let me just say this before I go. I'm looking at the V5 group that Sam called together to help. And we have over 200 people. 200. Nothing positive came out of that group or the meeting that he had. To me, nothing positive or constructive was done or said from that.
Sounds like this meeting.
That group. But yet, these folks came. So if these V5 could show up for Sam, then we need to get our leaders.
Yeah.
Not just the V5.
Exactly.
We need to get our leaders to show up for the community. If they don't, it says a lot. I stand by that. If they don't, it says a lot. Because I would have a particular leader who said some stuff to me. It was really, really, really disturbing to see where that person's mindset was to their approach.
It's all about mindset.
To this environment and this business of blockchain and cryptocurrency. It's disturbing. So I'm going to make it a priority for me to reach out to leaders. Those that I know and even some that I don't know. But I'm so sorry, guys, that I have to run off. I have a meeting starting in 10 minutes.
We won't be the same without you, mate.
Host that meeting as well. Rory, we need to have another meeting before this week ends.
Let's have a meeting
with leaders, hopefully during the course of the week, if it's Wednesday or earlier time. And probably next Sunday, we have, if those leaders are willing, as I said, I will be speaking with mine personally on a one-on-one. And come back on Sunday, God's willing, and have a bigger meeting and hear from
we don't actually give a flying razoo about your stupid... Shut up. We don't want to hear about your stupid meetings, all right? Go away, you idiot. Okay, Cal, move over. Move on. Go away. Move on. You're an idiot who invested in a Ponzi scheme and encouraged other people to do it. Now you want to be a hero. You're just building a community hoping to get $15 from everyone. Move on.
A full update as to how this, with the growth of the numbers and etc. would be.
5 minutes of talking about nothing. What a load of dribble. Let's get the Parish back on. He was better.
But I'm hoping that we can really get some momentum this week in terms of the numbers.
Okay.
Thank you, Carl. I appreciate it. Well, I think let's end it off there. It's been 88 minutes. I will communicate things out,
88 minutes of my life I'll never get back.
What I'm going to do is also set some prescribed meetings for the leaders. And
yes, before you close, Rory, I just said that. What you can do, if it's possible,
you
can have an introduction message, or it could be typed or video, so that we can send to some of our leaders as well.
I'll do that.
So that they can, that'll be nice. A nice introduction for some.
Calling all leaders meeting type thing. Book a time. I'm with you. All right, awesome. Kelvin, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you, everybody that took the time on a Sunday to come and hear what we had to say. Please rest well and know that when we've got our community support, you've got my support, you've got Kel's support, you've got all the people in the community support. Thank you for those watching on YouTube, because my Zoom is limited. So sorry about the beginning where it might have been all over the show. I'm still figuring it all out. But have a super evening, everybody. And know that we will get to the truth should the community want it. So thank you and have a super evening, guys. Take care.
Blessings.
No, gone. Well, there you go. Remember, you heard it here first. Hey, just before you go, let's watch a little wee video together. I don't know what screen's going to be best.
You said that if you use the cards, that's how you track them. So I entered both the cards in. Look, I got it as close to 2,000 as I could.
Okay.
What if inside of one of the...
We'll get rid of that one. And we will try playing... I think I might keep the same widescreen I had. Yeah, that's good. We will see if Rob's done that. All right, let's play this. We'll do widescreen, theatre mode. Let's get the best of Rob. Here we go.
The cost of harvesting is greater than the value of the BTCC, which is...
Oh, no!
Right, today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hear from some of the leaders who are going to be talking about harvesting, whether you should do it, whether you shouldn't do it. So you're going to hear in their own words. So enough from me. This is a short video. Let's get on with the show.
Right now, if you harvest, the cost of harvesting is greater than the value of the BTCC, which is in itself not a massive problem, except for when you exchange your BTCC for B fuel, then you're essentially in a B fuel deficit. So you could end up running out of B fuel if that maintains that course, which it won't for long, theoretically.
The cost of harvesting is greater than the cost of BTCC, and if it is, that equals a loss. That's basically what he just said, and that's what everybody is starting to realise, is that the cost of B fuel may exceed the cost of the coin. And at the moment, that coin is apparently selling for between $27 and $37, and the cost of B fuel can exceed that. But they're saying that the cost of the coin, the price of the coin is going to go up. But you would have heard just at the end of that, apparently. So these are leaders that are talking, and they can't even agree on what's likely to happen with this coin's price. So do you want to...
Just in case you don't know, one of the Ponzi schemes that Rory was talking about was Are All Satoshi, and we've been following it. Rob's done about, I don't know, 4 or 5 videos in the last 7 days after watching all the meetings. So everyone at the moment is harvesting coins that are worthless and paying USDT for fuel costs for no reason. So it's just absolutely amazing. So Rob's come up with he's trying to help people, wake them up, but Rob's come up with some analogies which are really good, which I haven't watched this video yet. This is brand new. You're the first people to watch it. He's only had 7 views so far. Make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel. You'll find the link in a playlist on my homepage of my YouTube channel.
Pay more for a coin than what the coin is actually worth.
Yeah, I think he said next week, wasn't it? You'll be able to buy miners by sending in BTCC into WOZ, and you'll get a 10% discount.
Now, I thought this was really interesting. Remember back where 30% is supposed to go into the proof of reserve, 2% to the tech person, and 68% to the marketing budget. Now, if they're going to give a 10% off, where's that going to come from? It certainly can't come from the tech guy because they don't have all that money to give away. So one of the big questions that's coming up here, and no one's really asking it, but they should be, is that if you pay $50 for a miner, if you pay X amount for B fuel, where do the dollars go? Where does the money go? Because they are telling me that the increase in the vault is very small or just not happening at all. How much is in Vault 2.0? Someone said there's no money in there. So why is there no money in there? Since people are already paying B fuel. You've got to ask these questions, guys. It's supposed to be a community, it's supposed to be transparent.
So hopefully that answers your question about harvesting. I would say depends on how stretched you are on fees. If you can afford to wait, then wait. If not, then just harvest smaller amounts more often. But of course, then it's going to be harder to take advantage of when the value of BTCC goes up, because you know, sod's law is that the minute you harvest, the minute that there's a peak.
So what he said is, if you can afford to wait, wait. That's what he said. That's what the leaders are saying. If you can afford to wait, you wait. And it basically means that you can keep your miner mining. You are going to end up with more BTCC. You're going to end up with BTCC going up, as in the amount you've got, and your B fuel, which is your energy to mine, is going to go up as well. But there's no one saying that this has to be paid off by a certain date. And basically most people are thinking, well, if you don't pay this, then that money can earn for you instead of earning for someone else. And of course you don't know who that someone else is. So keep your miner mining. BTCC is going to increase. Your B fuel is going to increase. But you can sit there with zero risk. If this whole thing falls over, no one's going to ask you to pay the B fuel costs that you've incurred, because there's nobody to pay it to. This isn't a real company. If it was a real company, you would be, what would you be? Creditor or debtor? I always get those mixed up. Creditor or debtor? You'd be a debtor, I think. And you would be asked to pay that by whoever liquidated the company. But this isn't a real company, so don't worry about it. All right, so keep your miner mining. Keep the money in your wallet. Go do something with it. Invest it in shares. Do anything. Just don't pay your B fuel. Don't harvest.
What about people who can't afford to pay for it, who just got the 50 USD miner? How can they harvest? That is a tough question for sure, and I would suggest that you reach out to, well, it's a tough one to say, you reach out to your upline to see if they can give you any kind of advice, but I don't really have an answer for that.
Yeah, it doesn't have an answer for it, all right? But I think there's a pretty clear answer, all right? If you are poor, if you put your $50 into a miner, all right, could have been the only $50 you had, keep it mining, get it activated, get it mining, it's earning BTCC for you, but do not harvest. All right, if the price skyrockets, then you can harvest, because then you can get your money and cash out. But of course, if this is supposed to be the next Bitcoin, then you wouldn't want to do that, because over a series of years, it's going to go from here to there. And right at the moment, well, maybe for the next few years, it's only going to be hovering around here. Why would you ever do it? Just sit on it. You could harvest in 5 years from now, make $1 million if it took off. I don't think it's going to, but it's certainly a waste of time putting your money in someone else's pocket right now.
They did the harvest. Some made a profit, some made a loss, depending on that volatility. They did the harvest. Some made a profit, some made a loss, depending on that volatility.
What did he say? Some are making a loss. Some are losing money. They spent $50 on their miner, and now they're spending more money on B fuel than the coin's worth, and they're making a loss. But of course, it's like anything. You haven't actually made a loss either way, so long as you sit on your BTCC if you've harvested it. Because I don't even think that you can sell it at the moment, can you? Is it on an exchange? What exchange is it on?
No, it's not.
Right, can you see it on the internet?
No.
Go search for BTCC price on the internet. What do you find?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You're not going to buy a miner today, be rich tomorrow. This is the long game. You're not going to buy a miner today, be rich tomorrow. This is the long game. You're not going to buy a miner today, be rich tomorrow. This is the long game.
Long game.
So, key phrase there. Long game. Remember, just as I was saying, if this is supposed to be the Bitcoin, Bitcoin number 2, then you'd want to sit on it. It's a long game, right? People are talking there that they're going to make money on trading. Well, it's going to be on exchange. I'm pretty sure it's got to be on exchange for you to trade. Is it on exchange? I don't know that it's on exchange.
No.
But right now, like, only cents, only percentage, like small fractions of percentages up to 10, 20, 30% due to the volatility of the fluctuations could be had now. But we're talking, if this was Bitcoin, this is going to be like thousands of percent later on. So again, why would you harvest now? Just a complete and utter waste of time. Whew.
It's basically a manual bridging. No, that's all it is.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
so what Rob's doing here is he listened to the Are All Satoshi meeting, and they had a guy by the name of Joe and also Carl Miller. Now, Carl Miller's unemployed. He receives a benefit from the Australian taxpayer every fortnight that pays him $738. And I've reported him, and numerous other people have also reported him. So he's a ticking time bomb for getting in trouble. But these guys, he's just basically listening to their words and repeating what he's quite clever, Rob. And this is a great analogy.
Do these two terms add up? Does high tech equal manual anything? So many of these things are manual. You're asked to put your your addresses and names and all these manner of things here, there, and everywhere. And Chavez and his team are going to do it manually. This is crazy.
People have been receiving $5,000 miners into the wrong account. One lady had 3 miners turn up in the account when she was hoping to only have 2. And also they've had, I heard that Chavez is giving out USDT to people like Carl who can't afford to mine at the moment. Where's that money coming from?
This is absolutely crazy. These Zoom meetings have been going on for days and weeks, and people haven't got their NFTs, they haven't got their miners, they haven't connected it to nodes, they're missing things. What about that person early on had a, 100x, a $5,000 miner that had turned up in her account by mistake? You've got to ask, how professional is any of this?
Not.
At the moment, if you're harvesting, the value of the BTCC is something like $27. So the amount of B fuel you'll need to harvest that is.
I just shared this link to Jarvis's cell phone. He might have a visitor here soon. And Carl.
Probably a little bit more, maybe $2-3 more. So you're essentially in a B fuel deficit.
BTCC at the time of this recording was $27, and he said B fuel was $2 to $3 more. B fuel deficit. Lost money. That's what it means. You've lost money. All right. If they hadn't paid the B fuel, then that money would still be in their pocket. That would still be in their pocket, and the coin would be $27. But if this is going to take off, that could be like $27,000. All right. Why would you bother? Just sit there. That's not going to happen. But they say it's the long game. Everything is contradictory in this.
So if you continue to harvest, whilst the value of BTC is down, then you will be using more B fuel, and eventually you will run out of B fuel, so you may have to add more USDT into MetaMask in order to buy B fuel.
Really?
Again, all this means is that there's more of your money going into We Are All Satoshi. And you don't actually know what part of We Are All Satoshi it's gone into.
Yep.
And you don't know whether you're going to benefit. And if you keep harvesting, that could be that there's less food on your table.
When I harvest, does that give me the ability to sell my coins whenever I like? Yes, once you've harvested and you've got the secret squirrel, I love that. Once you've harvested and you've got the BTCC in your MetaMask.
Now, I don't know if I'm going to rain on Rob's parade, but Secret Squirrel had just come into the room and Rob had actually asked a question and he got kicked out. Now, they don't know Rob from a bar of soap. They know me from a bar of soap. I spent 2 hours 50 in the Zoom meeting with the nickname, the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, and they never kicked me. Well, they did kick me out after 2 hours, 50 minutes. But here's Rob in there with a name called Secret Squirrel, and they kicked him out after he asked a question about this very matter.
You can sell them. At the moment, you can't actually transfer them out because that service hasn't become available, but it will be available, I think, tomorrow. The bridging out service will be available. I don't know what the fees for that are going to be yet. We'll have to see.
So what does all this mean? That when you harvest, you gain control. When you gain control, it means that you can sell it. All right? Until you've harvested it, you can't control it, you can't sell it. But at the prices now, you don't need to sell it anyway. And you can get from harvesting, you can complete the harvesting process, I'm pretty sure in a matter of seconds. So find out how long it takes you to harvest. I think it's just like a couple of button presses.
I don't understand the harvesting stuff. I mean, if this was crypto mining, then why do they have banks of computers all lined up like soldiers, burning hundreds and hundreds of dollars of electricity? Why can this be done on a phone? You don't have to do any burning of any coin to actually harvest, which is just ridiculous. So this, I believe all the USDT that's getting paid into We Are All Satoshi is just feeding the Ponzi scheme and fooling people to keep feeding money into it.
And then you're instantly able to sell it. There's fees coming up. More money. And where is it going? Ask the question. Where is the money going?
Joe's Secret Squirrel is a hacker. It's Garrett. Is it? Oh, okay. Someone kicked that person out then. Although that doesn't seem...
Oh my God, they thought that Rob, who was Secret Squirrel, was Garrett. Can you believe that? As if Garrett would be spying in this meeting. Oh my God.
Like a question. When I harvest, does that give me the ability to sell my coins? That doesn't seem like a question from a hacker, but if that's the case, perhaps Carl wants to kick that person out.
Yeah, so they kicked out Secret Squirrel because he asked a question, she asked a question about harvesting. You know, everybody should be asking questions about harvesting. Got to ask yourself, why are they kicking people out that are asking the most basic of questions? So that basically wraps it up. What are you going to do? So these are the leaders. They are the people that are most informed. I don't agree with everything that they said on there, but that's perfectly fine because I'm sure they wouldn't agree with what I said. Neither them nor me is a financial advisor, so we're just expressing our opinions. But where are you at? You know, you're going to have to make a decision about this harvesting, and we'd love to hear what it is. Obviously, we're going to find out one way or the other in future meetings where most of the community are going on this. But if you've got a comment, if you think that we've got this wrong, if you think there's other questions that people should be asking, or maybe you know some of the answers and we don't, put them in the comment section below so that we can learn. You can express your opinion and other people can learn as well. Been asking this for days. Nobody seems to want to speak up, and you've got to ask yourself, how transparent is the community when that's happening? Freedom, freedom. That's all from me. Bye for now.
Make me a YouTube sensation, maybe I can get one of their gold discs. Make me a YouTube sensation, maybe I can get one of their gold discs.
Well done, Rob. That was a great video. Hey, if you're looking for more great videos about Are All Satoshi, by all means, just you can go to my YouTube channel. That Rob video was just released literally a few minutes ago. Give you a quick look on our homepage. You've got the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. These are all my videos. These are long form videos. They've all got timestamps in them. I spend, I don't know, it's 3 o'clock in the morning now. Just clicked over. And in here I've put Rob's videos in here, and that's the one you just watched. 8 views. So you watched it with us. Excellent. And these are the lives that we have. So I'm doing lives. I'm just trying a few different format changes. Obviously, if you click on videos, these are all the proper videos that we've done. I have produced over 400 videos exposing Ponzi schemes and scams. I'm a vigilante when it comes to exposing these bastards who are running these scams. So please help me out by going to deceit.com. Click on the Contact Us page. You can fill out a form anonymously, any information about your sponsor, how much money you lost and what platform it was. I'd be much appreciated. This is an example of what we do with the information. We put it into a database. This information goes and we do deep dives. I know everything about these scammers that is on the internet. This, for example, is a job seeker payment that we got given. This is actually the 19th of September 2023. This is what Carl Miller, who's been promoting these Ponzi schemes for 4 years. This is him, Crypto Dundee. You know, these guys are rampant. He is actually, a lady and a man I know have invested $90,000 into crypto opportunities from his advice. And the last opportunity he invested them in was actually VAV, where they lost $3,000 in 10 days. Carl gets paid commissions for promoting these scams, and that's how he survives, even though he's on the dole. It's disgusting. So help me name and shame these people. This scam that you're looking at was started by Sam Lee. This was an article in the ABC News Australia about Scam Lee. It was pretty full on.
Bitcoin is another serious safe haven
but by all means, you can find this link on my community area of my YouTube channel. Liquidators are currently going through all the crypto trails. It's a crypto exchange. This guy lost $100,000. These Sam, what's his name again? Sam. Funny, his name's Sam as well. Sam Bankman-Fried. And also, this was a private meeting of Sam basically saying he's running scams, and I provided that to ABC News, and that's me, and they quoted from me and my efforts. I've been in the New York Times about naming and shaming how I'm on a crusade to do that at the moment. What I do ask from you guys is please do subscribe, hit the thumbs up of all my videos if you can. It would be much appreciated. It helps get these videos out to the masses. I don't get paid for doing this. I have a daytime job. I do drop shipping, so feel free to click the thanks button underneath any of my videos and donate. Even $2 goes a long way. My shorts, well, they're videos that I try to do a couple of those a day. You'll find a real cracker in there with Carl Miller. I'm after him at the moment because he's an Australian. I'm a Kiwi. No crocodiles were injured in the filming of this YouTube short. So you have a bit of laughs, but this is a serious matter. I was brought up in a religious cult, and 2 people in my immediate family died by suicide. I think there's a real big parallel between religion and Ponzi schemes. They have leaders. People believe what they get told, and I want to put a stop to it. So check out my lives. That's where I am right now. You can see I've got 8 people watching here. I value every single one of you. I have 5,000 plus subscribers at the moment. Also the community area. If you go in there, you can see other tidbits. You can see links and things we talk about. Here's a good example here actually. There was an old HyperVerse letter where they were talking about what they were doing with it, how they got hacked by a hacker and how they really lost the money. Bullshit story. Somebody gave that to me because I found it again on the internet, so I put it here. Anything like that, it's fantastic. So there you go. I'm Danny DeHeck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. Thank you for watching my YouTube live. I shall now go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, hopefully not get woken up by a phone call at 8 o'clock. And then hope you enjoyed the video. I haven't got anything else to say here, but thanks for tuning in. And we will now stop the stream. Have a great night, evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Stay safe. Don't get caught up in any Ponzi scheme. Remember, there's 3 basic rules to Ponzi schemes. The first thing is, if it involves crypto, it's a flag. Second thing, if someone who refers you into it is receiving a commission, that's another flag. And the third thing, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And I think your mother told you that. Thanks for watching.